Chapter 2183. Su Yun's arrogance made Wang Jingjin very angry, but he still restrained his emotions, because he didn't know what this arrogant and reckless young man would do next. After all, at Wang Jingjin's age and position, he had to consider many more things than ordinary people. If you have something to say, just say it. Wang Jingjin's attitude didn't change. After all, Su Yun was just a little brother of a little brother to him. He had already given Su Yun a lot of face by not falling out with him on the spot after disturbing him like this. Boss, I just want to ask one question. Su Yun, what about Guanggu? Wang Jingjin saw Su Yun's stiff attitude, and his mood became even worse. Su Yun, are you here to question me? Of course. Su Yun didn't deny. What I did today can't be forgiven. I know this very well in my heart. So, since I'm here, I've decided to ask clearly myself. Wang Jingjin angrily slammed the table. Humph. You don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Everyone outside the room was very nervous, not knowing what would happen next. They hadn't seen Wang Jingjin so angry in a long time, so they all knew that Su Yun wouldn't have a good ending. Just a few days ago, Su Yun was the person who helped Wang Jingjin get rid of Ah Kuan. Young, capable, courageous, his future in Hongdong society could be said to be limitless. But how could he be so muddle-headed? He actually didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth because of such a small matter. In the underworld, you have to pay attention to the word loyalty. Su Yun wasn't afraid of Wang Jingjin's anger. Guanggu took the blame for me. This is his loyalty to me. If I don't care about this matter, then I'm being unrighteous. How can an unrighteous person still have the face to stay in the underworld? You don't have the right to preach to me, Wang Jingjin said. Li Guang did that kind of thing because he didn't care about what I said. Otherwise, today's matter wouldn't have happened. Su Yun didn't back down. Instead, he moved forward. Then I want to ask boss, if Brother Guang won't stand up for me, what do you plan to do? I'm doing this for the sake of the club, and everyone can see that. But after what I did, the club didn't think of a way to help me. If the society had taken action, Brother Guang wouldn't have done such a thing. Wang Jingjin's eyes widened. So you're saying that I'm not loyal? Are you saying that I don't have the foundation to establish myself in Jianghu? I didn't say that. You're the one who understood it. Su Yun had no intention of denying it. I've never let the club down. Why would the club give up on me? Who said the club is giving up on you? I just want you to gain some experience in there. Wang Jingjin said, when the heaven assigns a great responsibility to a great man, it must first torment his will, and toil his muscles and bones. I want to put you in an important position, that's why I'm training you. Do you understand? Su Yun. Then you must train me in prison? Then why can't you make it clear to Brother Guang? If you did, Brother Guang wouldn't have to do such a thing, right? How would I know that he would be so impulsive? How would I know that all of you would be so impulsive? Wang Jingjin roared. Who are you to come here and reason with me? Do you know what rules you've broken? Su Yun straightened his back. I'll accept the punishment for the rules I've broken, but I can't just watch my big brother take the punishment for me. Then you're here to make trouble. Wang Jingjin said, you're here to make trouble without figuring out the situation. Did I ask Ah Guang to take the blame for you? Did I? I know you won't do that, Su Yun. Brother Guang is your right-hand man. You don't want him to go in. It's good that you know. Wang Jingjin said, I'm angrier than you right now. Someone I value so much did such an irrational thing. I'm angrier than you. Su Yun took a deep breath. Boss, then you have to save him. Of course I will. Wang Jingjin said. It's not up to you to tell me that. It's not up to you to tell me what to do. I naturally have my ways. But he did such an impulsive thing. I have to punish him. Do you understand? I have to let him know that he has to take responsibility for his actions. Su Yun could tell that Wang Jingjin wouldn't be willing to let Li Guang go. He also understood Li Guang's ultimate goal. That was because Wang Jinjin had the possibility of giving up on Su Yun, but there was absolutely no reason for him to give up on Li Guang. Bastard! There's no one who doesn't make me worry. Wang Jinjin was very angry, and the consequences were very serious. Su Yun, for what you've done today, even if I kill you with 3 knives and 6 holes, you have nothing to say. I have nothing to say, Su Yun admitted. Boss, as long as you get Brother Guang out, no matter how you punish me, I will accept it. This kid. Wang Jinjin's anger was suddenly dispelled by Su Yun's words. In today's society, there were too few people who were so loyal to each other. Although most people would talk about loyalty, it was only limited to doing things together and fighting together. If one person had to bear the consequences of another's mistake, many people's loyalty would vanish. That was because everyone's first consideration would always be their own interests. Loyalty would only exist if one's own interests were placed first and not affected. Otherwise, there would be no loyalty at all. And now, everything that Su Yun did for the sake of Li Guang's loyalty to him was only because of the word loyalty. He didn't consider the question of benefits at all, nor did he consider the consequences for himself. This kind of person was very rare. Wang Jinjin was somewhat astonished. For so many years, the only person who would do things for the sake of loyalty was Li Guang. Now that Su Yun had suddenly appeared, he felt an inexplicable happiness in his heart. If I get Li Guang out, are you willing to accept the punishment of 3 knives and 6 holes? Although Wang Jinjin admired him in his heart, his mouth was still angry. Su Yun did not say anything and took off his clothes. I accept. As long as you guarantee that Brother Guang will be released, punish me right now. In front of so many brothers, 3 knives and 6 holes. If I snort, I'm not a man. But so many brothers have heard it. Boss, you have to immediately think of a way to save Brother Guang. Su Yun's actions had completely conquered Wang Jinjin. This guy was not just saying it, but when he said it, he was already prepared to accept everything. Good. What an unyielding man. What a loyal and hot-blooded man. Good. Wang Jinjin shouted. Based on your performance today, I promise you that I will think of a way to save Li Guang tomorrow. I will also let you go this time. I will exempt you from the punishment, but you have to do something for me. Su Yun knew that there must be a condition. What is it? Say it. Recently, there have been a few policemen investigating me. One of them is a woman. I have found the address. Help me catch this woman. Wang Jinjin said, I will arrange for Li Guang's matter now. Su Yun was stunned. This matter was not easy to deal with, but he had no choice now. He could only agree. I will definitely catch her. Arresting a police officer, and a woman at that. To Su Yun, this was too much of a sin. He would not do such a thing. He agreed to Wang Jinjin first because he had no other choice. This was the only logical way to end today's matter. Su Yun, I believe in you. Wang Jinjin said, don't let me down. If you fail or alert the enemy, you know what the consequences will be. Su Yun took a deep breath. He understood Wang Jinjin's meaning. This time, what he had to do seemed to be a proof of his identity. If he could catch the police, he would no longer be included in Wang Jinjin's list of undercover suspects. If this mission failed, then Su Yun would probably be included in Wang Jinjin's list of undercover suspects. He was not afraid of Wang Jinjin suspecting him, but he was afraid that if his undercover mission failed, the entire mission to Hong Kong and Macau would be ruined. This was a very difficult decision for Su Yun. He was tangled, struggling, and in pain. But he had no choice. Chapter 2184. Su Yun could only take one step at a time. Wang Jinjin forced him, and he had no other way. Wang Jinjin quickly wrote the address to Su Yun. Su Yun reached out and took it. What do you want me to do? Su Yun took the note with the address written on it and said, if you want me to kill someone, I'm afraid I can't agree to it. I've already helped you once, but I didn't get anything in return. Instead, I was almost abandoned. Although I, Su Yun, am loyal, I'm not a fool. Wang Jinjin smiled and said, You said it so straightforwardly. Aren't you afraid that I will be angry? Su Yun, I never thought of giving up on you. You will understand me sooner or later. At least I haven't understood yet. Su Yun remembered the address on the note in his heart, and then tore the note little by little. You can rest assured that I won't let you kill anyone this time. Wang Jinjin said, You just need to bring this woman to me. You don't need to do anything else. I will deal with it personally. Because this woman has been investigating me. She has investigated a lot of things about me. I have to teach her a lesson. Su Yun took a deep breath. Although he really didn't want to do it, he still nodded and agreed to Wang Jinjin's request. Okay, I will find a way to bring her to you. When? Wang Jinjin asked suddenly. Su Yun was stunned. Is it urgent? If it's urgent, I will deal with it tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Wang Jinjin said, It's now. Immediately. Catch the woman who lives here. Don't alert the enemy. Don't let anyone know that you did it. Do it quietly and be careful. Don't worry, boss. Su Yun nodded, but this was too sudden. He was in such a hurry to do this. What was Wang Jinjin's intention? Su Yun couldn't understand it after thinking about it. He couldn't figure it out. Wang Jinjin waved his hand. I won't see you out. I can only wish you a safe journey. Su Yun got up and said goodbye to Wang Jinjin. He then drove out of Wan Chai district, through the undersea tunnel, and rushed to Kowloon City. According to the address, the woman lived in a decent single apartment building. Although Su Yun was a little nervous, he still found the address according to the house number. He pressed the doorbell gently. Su Yun was very nervous because he didn't know whether the other party was really from the police or someone arranged by Wang Jinjin. Soon, the sound of a woman's footsteps could be heard. The person in the room asked who it was, and the door was opened. Su Yun, who was standing outside the door, was stunned. He was about to cover his mouth, but now it seemed that there was no need for that. Yang Qi's jaw almost dropped to the ground. How did you find my place? Yang Qi was really surprised, or even horrified, because she couldn't contact Su Yun in private. There was a risk in doing so. So she was very surprised how Su Yun found her. I also want to ask you why you want to live in this room. Su Yun pushed Yang Qi into the room. I say, are you crazy? Yang Qi's eyes widened. You're the crazy one. This is my house. Don't talk nonsense. What have you been doing recently? Do you know that you've been exposed? Su Yun said, It was Wang Jinjin who sent me here to capture you. That's because he's already keenly aware of your existence and knows that you're watching him. Yang Qi looked at Su Yun in disbelief. She felt that he was talking nonsense. It was simply impossible. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone. I didn't know you lived in this place. Su Yun, Wang Jinjin asked me to come here and catch you. Only if I catch you will he believe me and save Li Guang. Yang Qi's eyes widened. Was she really exposed? What was it that made Wang Jinjin notice her? It couldn't be. She was already very careful. Forget it. I don't want to explain it to you. It's up to you whether you believe me or not. Su Yun was a little impatient. The moment he saw Yang Qi, he was in a bad mood. He even suspected that Wang Jinjin knew everything. This caused Su Yun's mind to be in turmoil. Yang Qi said, I believe you. Don't worry. Su Yun, are you sure your identity hasn't been exposed? Who knows if my identity has been exposed? Su Yun, I found that the people here are very unreliable. You can't even do this kind of work well? Yang Qi, do you know that your carelessness will make a big mistake? Yang Qi was very upset by Su Yun's harsh words. She didn't want things to be like this. Who knew things would turn out like this? Think of a way to contact your people now and discuss what to do now, Su Yun. Wang Jinjin is in a hurry to let me catch you. I have no other way now. Yang Qi frowned. If Wang Jinjin hasn't confirmed your identity and only suspects you, so he used me as bait, then you can catch me. Won't everything be settled then? Are you crazy? Su Yun stared. Do you think that if I catch you and bring you to Wang Jinjin's side, you'll be fine? What if they kill you? Don't you know that it's very dangerous? Of course I know it's dangerous. Yang Qi said, if I don't take the risk, you will be in danger. I'm only taking the risk so that you can be safe. Hearing Yang Qi say this, Su Yun was a little touched in his heart. But these words were really... Sigh, it was hard to describe with words. My task is to make sure that you are not exposed. No matter what price I have to pay, I have to ensure the safety of your identity. Yang Qi said, you can just catch me. No matter what happens, I will be responsible for myself. Su Yun grabbed his hair frantically. This woman is really crazy. Is this woman stupid? Wang Jinjin already said that there was something wrong with her, and he even noticed that she was investigating him. Now that she was caught, she had no other choice but to die. She was so resolute, without any hesitation. I think you should ask your superior, Su Yun said. There's nothing to ask. The matter is already very clear in front of me. If I don't make a sacrifice, then the one who will be sacrificed will be you. No matter who I tell this matter to, they will know that this is the only way. Yang Qi said, I am prepared. I know what I will face, so please respect my profession and don't underestimate me. Su Yun was stunned. This Yang Qi really made him look at her in a new light. But was he really going to do this? And Wang Jinjin arranged for you to come here personally. Obviously, he has some doubts about you. Yang Qi also analyzed, this is the best chance for you to clear your name. This is an opportunity for you, for the entire mission. An opportunity that cannot be missed. I'd rather not have this opportunity if I have to sacrifice a girl. Su Yun, I can't do such a thing. Yang Qi said, I'm already prepared. What can't you do? Don't forget your duty. Besides, I don't necessarily have to be in big trouble. Maybe things aren't as bad as you think. Su Yun was in a dilemma. I can't do that. If you can't do it, then it will be really troublesome. Yang Qi said, then your identity will be exposed. If your identity is exposed, Li Guang's identity will also be exposed. The entire plan will be completely ruined. In other words, you have to choose to give up on this mission. If you can't capture me, I will arrange for someone to send you back to the continent. You don't have to participate in the rest. How could that be? Li Guang was still inside. If Su Yun left now, what would happen? What if Li Guang was harmed? Wouldn't that be a sin? No. I can't leave. Su Yun immediately rejected the idea. Before the matter was resolved, he absolutely would not easily leave his post. Then do what you should do. Do what you think will help you the most, Yang Qi said. Yang Qi replied, for the sake of victory, any sacrifice is worth it. Trust me, I can bear it all. Su Yun closed his eyes and gritted his teeth. Now that things had come to this, he could only let Yang Qi suffer. Chapter 2185. Then I can only wrong you. Su Yun finally made a decision. Even a girl like Yang Qi decided to sacrifice herself for the final victory of the mission. What else could Su Yun say? Everything was for the ultimate end. Everything was for the ultimate safety of all the citizens in Hong Kong and Macau. The world was destined to have some professions where personal sacrifice was huge. Su Yun was like this, Li Guang was like this, and Yang Qi was like this. I am ready. You can take me away at any time. Yang Qi said, you can rest assured that I will do my best to cooperate with you. Whether you want to knock me out or tie me up, you decide for yourself. Then you bear with it a little. Su Yun decided to tie Yang Qi up, and under Yang Qi's reminder, he also sealed her mouth with tape. After everything was done, Yang Qi nodded to Su Yun with satisfaction, indicating that she was ready. Su Yun then quickly left her house with Yang Qi, put her in the back seat of the car, and then quickly drove away. Everything progressed very quickly. This was even beyond Wang Jinjin's expectation. Wang Jinjin was still in the Blue Bay clubhouse. He was waiting for Su Yun to bring him some results. If Su Yun was a person who only dared to make a move on Dakuan, then Wang Jinjin was really not sure about his identity. If Su Yun dared to provoke the police, then it was different. The undercover always had 100, 1,000, or even 10,000 reasons to refuse to do anything bad to the police. This was why Wang Jinjin could make the police undercover lurking in Hongdong society unable to hide forever. This was also the best way to test a person's loyalty. When Su Yun brought Yang Qi back to the Blue Bay clubhouse in Wanchai district, Wang Jinjin was full of expectations for him. As for Yang Qi, Wang Jinjin had only noticed it a few days ago because his computer was constantly being hacked from afar. After Wang Jinjin noticed this, he spent a lot of money to hire a high-tech computer network expert from abroad. In fact, Wang Jinjin didn't go out to discuss business a few days ago. It was because he noticed that the police had hacked into his computer, so he temporarily went out to hide for a few days. In the past few days, the high-tech computer network expert that he had hired at a high price had quietly tracked down the person who often hacked into his computer remotely. He had also successfully found the other party's address without the other party knowing. Wang Jinjin also asked Su Yun to do this after confirming that Yang Qi was a police officer. Moreover, the other party was a woman, which made Wang Jinjin very interested. He really wanted to see what kind of woman was so bold that she dared to openly challenge his authority. Su Yun didn't hesitate to bring Wang Jinjin back to the Blue Bay clubhouse as soon as possible, which made Wang Jinjin very satisfied. Based on this period of time, Su Yun was almost done as soon as he arrived, and then rushed back. It could be said that because of this small matter, Wang Jinjin's trust in Su Yun could be greatly increased, because it was the same at any time. The trust between people would always grow in these small matters. Wang Jinjin's trust in Li Guang was cultivated in small matters. Now he began to cultivate the trust between him and Su Yun, which was good news for the whole mission. After arriving at the Blue Bay clubhouse, Yang Qi began to struggle and began to try to escape, but she was restrained by Su Yun every time. Yang Qi's crazy performance was very hard, and even Su Yun suspected that she regretted it and really wanted to escape. Su Yun didn't dare to make a judgment easily, because he knew very well that after entering the parking lot of the Blue Bay clubhouse, their every move would be seen by Wang Jinjin's eyes and ears. If he deliberately let the person go at this time, Su Yun believed that even if Wang Jinjin was a fool, he would realize that something was wrong with him. Since it had already come to this point, Su Yun could only grit his teeth and continue what he did. Whether Yang Qi really regretted it or not, he thought that she was acting for the final victory. After all, Yang Qi sincerely told him that since she chose her career, she was ready to sacrifice her own interests for her career at any time. Su Yun brought Yang Qi in front of Wang Jinjin. Wang Jinjin looked at Su Yun incredulously and said with a smile, "You are really fast." "Boss, you said it. I brought the person back for you, and you immediately arranged for someone to save Guanggu." Su Yun said, "I brought the person back, I hope you don't regret it." "Of course I won't regret it." Wang Jinjin said, "I always keep my words. I have already made the arrangements just now, and everything will be better. I can guarantee you that Li Guang will appear in front of you safe and sound in 3 days. Su Yun was relieved, but he soon began to worry about Yang Qi again. "Boss, she's just an ordinary woman." Su Yun pretended to be confused and said, "How could she be a police officer? The police at least know some grappling skills, but she really doesn't have the strength to tie up a chicken, and has no ability to resist at all. Could it be a mistake?" Su Yun was purely lying. Yang Qi wasn't a girl who didn't have the strength to tie up a chicken. Although what she did in the police station was cutting-edge technology, her physical fitness was very good, and her grappling skills were very mature. In a way, Yang Qi was a very skilled police technician, which was why she was chosen to join the Special Operations Department's Special Operations team. Whether it's a mistake or not, I just need to ask and I will know. Because Wang Jinjin already had all of Yang Qi's information, it could be said that he had a card up his sleeve. Officer Yang, I didn't call the wrong person, right? Ha ha ha. It seems like you are really good at disguising yourself, making my capable subordinate suspect that he caught the wrong person. Yang Qi glared fiercely at Wang Jinjin. Because her mouth was still taped, she couldn't speak at all. Otherwise, she would have already spat at Wang Jinjin. Su Yun, although you do things quickly, you really don't know what it means to have tender feelings for a woman, do you? Wang Jinjin suddenly scolded. Look at what you've done to Officer Yang. She can't even speak. Hurry up, take the tape off Officer Yang's mouth. Let Officer Yang talk about her feelings right now, ha ha ha. Su Yun apologized in his heart, then stepped forward and tore off the tape on Yang Qi's mouth. Yang Qi was really hurt by this. What the hell are you doing? Yang Qi could speak now. She stared at Wang Jinjin with wide eyes. Since you know I'm a police officer, then your actions are assaulting a police officer. Kidnapping a police officer is a felony. Don't you know the laws of Hong Kong and Macau? Wang Jinjin laughed. Of course I know the laws of Hong Kong and Macau. But so what? Despicable. Yang Qi glared at Wang Jinjin. Officer Yang, you can't say that. I'm afraid the despicable person is not me, but you. Wang Jinjin took a deep breath. You secretly used a computer to remotely monitor my computer. Isn't this spying on other people's privacy? Officer Yang, this isn't very good, right? Yang Qi was startled. She finally understood how she was exposed. And you also cracked my computer's camera, remotely controlled it, and operated it to observe the situation in my room. Are you a peeping Tom? Wang Jinjin said, Officer Yang, don't you understand the laws of Hong Kong and Macau? I can sue you if you do this. Yang Qi snorted. She was a police officer. She did this to collect evidence. Wang Jinjin couldn't win even if he sued. That's my job. It's within my rights. Ayaya, it seems that the Hong Kong and Macau police are overbearing. Wang Jinjin said, You have touched on my personal privacy, and you still say it's your job. Officer Yang, this is not a good police officer. A good police officer serves the public, not monitors the lives of the public. Wang Jinjin, don't talk nonsense. What do you want? Yang Qi said, I'm warning you. You better think about what you're doing. It'll be too late to regret it. Chapter 2186. Wang Jinjin smiled meaningfully. Officer Yang, what I have done in Hong Kong and Macau over the years, I'm afraid a young and beautiful girl like you can't know all of it, right? But even if you know all of it, what can you do? You should ask your superiors about this. They know better, but what can they do? In the face of Wang Jinjin's provocative attitude, Yang Qi could do nothing but struggle occasionally. Su Yun didn't want Yang Qi to struggle because his binding technique was very special. The more she struggled, the tighter it would be, and the more uncomfortable Yang Qi would be. Officer Yang, you should be glad that my people are in a bad mood today, so they said that they won't kill anyone for me today. Wang Jinjin said, That's why you have the opportunity to talk to me in front of me. Otherwise, you should have gone down to report now. Yang Qi snorted. It was not that she was not afraid, but her sense of responsibility could suppress the fear in her heart. Since she had made a choice, she would not back down. Su Yun was getting more and more worried. If Wang Jinjin really wanted to get rid of Yang Qi, what should he do? Should he really sit back and do nothing? Or should he stand up and break the pattern? No matter what, Su Yun would regret it. Because Su Yun didn't want the whole mission to fail, and he didn't want to watch Yang Qi be killed by Wang Jinjin. No matter what the result was, Su Yun didn't want to see it. Su Yun's heart was struggling. He even regretted why he listened to Yang Qi and really brought Yang Qi to this place. This place was really hell for Yang Qi. It was a nightmare. Yang Qi was a girl after all. Anyone with a shred of humanity would not wish to see a girl suffering from Wang Jinjin's mental and physical torture in this place. It was a pity that Wang Jinjin didn't know what it meant to have tender feelings for the fairer sex. Otherwise, He wouldn't come to the Blue Bay Club every Friday to find a virgin to vent his beastly nature. He just liked this kind of mental torture and this feeling. Su-yun. Wang Jinjin suddenly said, I heard some things about you. You can't survive overseas because you touched your boss's daughter. He, it's good to be young. You can do anything. Su-yun answered Wang Jinjin directly, that's all in the past. There's no need to mention it again. Ha, I can understand. We are all men. Wang Jinjin said, men and women are things that both want to absorb. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very normal. If you say that you don't like women, I'll think that you're abnormal. Su-yun, I really don't like women now. If it weren't for women, I wouldn't have suffered such a big blow in my career. So when it comes to women, don't be so absolute. Wang Jinjin interrupted Su-yun's words. Since you suffered such a big blow because of women, then you should take revenge on women, hate them, and do everything you can to possess them and torture them. Only in this way can you get psychological sublimation. You're really a bastard. Yang Qi stared at Wang Jinjin and said angrily, shameless. Pervert. Wang Jinjin clapped his hands and said to Yang Qi, good. Good scolding. I like girls like Officer Yang. She can say whatever she wants without beating around the bush. Su-yun, what about you? What do you think? Do you like Officer Yang's personality? Su-yun suddenly had a very ominous premonition in his heart. He didn't know what Wang Jinjin was thinking at this moment, but he was very sure that Wang Jinjin must have some ideas about him. Boss, I've done what you asked me to do. Now I just want to know how you're going to rescue Guangguo. Su-yun tried to change the topic. You don't need to worry about Guang. Wang Jinjin said, I will definitely do what I promised you. You don't need to ask about this at all. Don't you believe in my means? Su-yun nodded and said, I don't dare. I'm just a little too impatient. It's good that you're impatient. You brought the person I asked you to catch here so quickly, which already tells me that you're very impatient. Wang Jinjin said, the more impatient you are, the more loyal you are. I like your character, ha. But I also like Officer Yang's character. Su-yun took a deep breath. Wang Jinjin's attention was still on Yang Qi. Yang Qi said angrily, but I'm disgusted by your character. I'm disgusted by everything you've done. Good. Disgusting good. Wang Jinjin said, Officer Yang, you can disgust me as much as you want, but you can't do anything to me. As for me, I appreciate you and I like you. I can do whatever I want to you. Do you understand? Su-yun stood silently between Wang Jinjin and Yang Qi. He realized that Wang Jinjin would definitely torture Yang Qi today, but he couldn't think of a way to do it. This made Su-yun angry, but he had to suppress the anger in his heart and not show it. Su-yun, you can do this for me, you can be so loyal for Guang. You're a good brother. Wang Jinjin said, so I've decided that I want to reward you for everything you've done today. I don't dare, Su-yun said. Boss, saving Brother Guang is the best reward for Su-yun. No. That's what I want to do. It's not a reward. Wang Jinjin said, now that I know your past, I know that you like women. Su-yun, what do you think of Officer Yang? She has delicate facial features and a hot body. I'll give her to you as a reward. What do you think? Su-yun scolded in his heart. He knew that Wang Jinjin, this old bastard, was up to no good. Shameless. Yang Qi spat. Wang Jinjin, I'm not your property. You have no right to do that. My men came all the way here to capture you. You are now my personal property. Wang Jinjin said, I'm going to give you to my men as a reward. There's nothing wrong with that. Su-yun was still very calm at this time. Boss, I'm really not in the mood to mess with women now. I'm worried about Brother Guang. Don't worry. With Guang's reputation, any prisoner in the prison will give him face. No one will dare to touch him, not even the prison guards. Wang Jinjin said, you don't need to worry about those things at all. You just need to be yourself. Yes. Su Yun nodded. Wang Jinjin smiled. How about it? Is Officer Yang your type? If so, take her to a room. She'll be yours today, ha ha ha. Yang Qi's heart was shocked and collapsed. This Wang Jinjin was really an evil demon. Boss. Su Yun said, I'm worried that the police will. How can you survive if you're afraid of wolves and tigers? Wang Jinjin frowned. Su Yun, if you don't even have the courage to do this, then you won't be able to achieve anything big. Of course, if you're really not in the mood, it doesn't matter. I can understand. I'll reward you when I have the chance. Su Yun didn't say anything. He didn't want Yang Qi to be humiliated and hurt like this. I have so many brothers here, and they all like Officer Yang very much. Wang Jinjin continued, if Officer Yang isn't your type, it doesn't matter. I won't waste it. I can reward my brothers. Ha ha ha, what do you guys think? The faces of Wang Jinjin's men were filled with joy. Thank you, boss. Su Yun's heart skipped a beat. If Yang Qi was handed over to those people by Wang Jinjin, she would definitely be tortured until she didn't look like a human or a ghost. This would leave a huge and indelible shadow in Yang Qi's heart. More than 10 men were eager to have a go. They couldn't wait to tear off Yang Qi's clothes and enter her body. Yang Qi was trembling all over. She didn't dare to imagine what kind of torture she would face today. She had never been in love before, and she had never even held hands with a boy. She was full of fear for her unpredictable future. She really didn't dare to imagine what she would face. Chapter 2187. Su Yun's cold gaze swept across the dozen or so lackeys present. Everyone couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Su Yun's gaze was murderous, and it was quite strong. Wang Jinjin naturally felt the terrifying aura from Su Yun. He looked at Su Yun and asked with a little doubt, Su Yun, what do you mean by this? The woman I brought back can only belong to me. Su Yun's words revealed a strong possessiveness. If someone wants to get it, only I can get it. If you want to compete with me, you can, but let's see if you have the ability. Wang Jinjin laughed a few times, clapped his hands and said, Good. Very good. I like your boldness. That's right, you brought this woman back. If you want to have her, it's up to you. I don't mean to let the brothers compete with you. What I mean is, if you don't like it, don't waste it. You can leave it to the brothers. Yang Qi looked at Su Yun in horror. She would rather let Su Yun have her than let Su Yun push her to those shameless hooligans. When she thought of her body being exposed in front of more than a dozen people and being played by them without restraint, Yang Qi couldn't help but panic. She was really afraid of what would happen next. If you like it, you can have her now. Wang Jinjin said, Su Yun, I can promise you today. As long as you work hard for me in the future, you can have anything you like, and you won't have to pay any price for it. Su Yun took a deep breath. Although his current aura was so strong that the lackeys didn't dare to look at him, he still didn't dare to look at Yang Qi's eyes. He couldn't imagine Yang Qi's current mental world. Su Yun knew very well that any girl who faced such a situation would feel despair in their hearts. However, this despair was something that he could not save them from. At a certain moment, Su Yun even thought of giving up this mission. He would kill Wang Jinjin now. Get rid of all the evil bastards around him. Yang Qi wouldn't have had to endure such a huge panic. However, if they really did that, the Ebola virus weapon would be put on hold forever. If that thing entered Hong Kong and Macau without them knowing, the consequences would be 10,000 times worse than now, or even 100 million times worse. Su Yun was caught in a dilemma when he had to choose between himself and the whole of Hong Kong and Macau. He really couldn't make the right decision, and he couldn't make a choice. Su Yun, bring your woman, choose a room that you like, and enjoy your possessiveness. Wang Jinjin said, You will become the cornerstone of the Hongdong society. You will become my, Wang Jinjin's, right arm after Dakuan. Bring out your courage and courage, bring out your domineering ways. This was a huge temptation not only for Su Yun, but also for Yang Qi. It was also a huge temptation for the entire Special Operations Group in Hong Kong and Macau to target the Ebola virus weapon. Because if Su Yun became Wang Jinjin's Dakuan, they would be a big step closer to success. A very, very big step. This was really an irresistible temptation for them. Su Yun's gaze fell on Yang Qi's eyes for the first time. Yang Qi's eyes were still full of fear and horror, but there was also a trace of determination and faith in her eyes. This was something that no one could understand except for Su Yun. Su Yun knew that Yang Qi had told him that she was ready to sacrifice everything. As long as Su Yun could gain Wang Jinjin's complete trust, no matter what she had to sacrifice, she would not hesitate. Yang Qi bit her lower lip and slightly lowered her chin to give Su Yun a subtle message. She was ready, everything was ready. As long as they could win the final victory and bring a stable and harmonious future society to all the citizens of Hong Kong and Macau, she was willing to make the greatest personal sacrifice. For a woman to make such a decision, Su Yun could not think of anything else to express other than respect. If he backed down at this time, he would really disappoint Yang Qi, everyone in the Ebola virus weapons special operations group, and Chief Wan Guangxiao would be disappointed in him. Su Yun finally made a decision. Thank you for the reward, boss. In the future, I will do everything I can for the Hongdong Society. I believe you have the ability. Wang Jinjin laughed. He wanted to see the despair in the eyes of the police when they faced him, and Yang Qi's despair would bring him great pleasure. As long as Su Yun dared to make a move on Yang Qi and take her, Wang Jinjin would be completely sure that he had gained another capable assistant. This person could completely replace Dakuan and help him carry the power of the entire Yao Tip Mong district. He could even surpass Li Guang and become his most capable assistant. And most importantly, the loyalty between Su Yun and Li Guang was something that no one else in the Hongdong Society had. With these two people helping him, there was nothing that he, Wang Jinjin, could not get. Not only did he want the world of Hong Kong and Macau, but he also wanted the world of Asia. The world of Asia. Su Yun stepped forward and picked Yang Qi up by the waist, sandwiching her between his arms and body. He sneered. Police officer, right? I like it when you scream yourself hoarse under my body. You hooligan. Bastard. Let go of me. You're shameless. Yang Qi struggled crazily. At this moment, she was not acting. Her heart really had such a strong reaction. Some things could not be faked, but for the sake of the mission, Yang Qi had no choice but to endure and accept all of this. Her struggle was real, and there was a purpose behind it. Until Su Yun threw her onto the bed in the room, she still did not know if she was ready for it. However, all of this was a foregone conclusion. Wang Jinjin was still waiting outside for Su Yun's performance. This was Su Yun's best chance, and also a chance for Su Yun to completely win Wang Jinjin's trust. Su Yun did not hesitate any longer. He knew that hesitation would only make him uncertain, and it would only cause Yang Qi to fall into an even more painful struggle. Death was not scary. The scariest thing was to let you choose how to die. The process of choosing was what made people struggle the most. Death, on the other hand, would make people happy and end all troubles. Su Yun knew very well that what he and Yang Qi needed now was to end all troubles. When Su Yun began to unscrupulously tear apart Yang Qi's clothes, Yang Qi's struggle and pleading were instinctive. She accepted this solution, but she could not accept the process. She was a girl who had never had a boyfriend before. It was really too difficult for her to make such a sacrifice now. The madness continued, and Yang Qi's painful pleas almost resounded in every corner of the Blue Bay clubhouse. Wang Jinjin listened with great interest. He liked this feeling, the joy that this revenge brought to him. A mere female police officer dared to use a computer to monitor him. Then he would let her know what it meant to live a life worse than death. Not only did Wang Jinjin want Su Yun to possess her, but he would also let Su Yun imprison her and make her a tool for Su Yun to vent his primitive desires, a slave. He was that ruthless. He wanted everyone who dared to act against him to have their lives plunged into the darkest darkness, and never be able to rise again. When Yang Qi let out a hysterical scream, the entire clubhouse quieted down. Even the groans that followed were weak. Wang Jingjin knew that Su Yun had done what he should have done. This guy really has guts. He is a good seedling. Wang Jingjin comforted himself. Su Yun was the third young man he had seen after Li Guang and De Kuan who could be so unscrupulous under his orders. This was the kind of young man he needed. Only this kind of young man could support the future of Hongdong society. Only this kind of young man was a real talent with courage and wisdom. He was worthy to be Wang Jingjin's right-hand man, and become the most powerful helper for Wang Jingjin to dominate Asia in the future. Yang Qi's pain continued, and so did Su Yun's entanglement. The only one who was excited about what had happened tonight was probably Wang Jingjin alone. Chapter 2188. The moaning in the room ended with Su Yun's low growl. All the suffering seemed to be over, but it wasn't. The real suffering for Su Yun and Yang Qi had just begun. Su Yun pulled up his pants and walked out of the room. The scarlet color on his pants was shocking. Yes, it was Yang Qi's first time. This was also something Su Yun didn't expect. When Su Yun realized it, everything had already happened. He couldn't change anything. Wang Jingjin was also keenly aware of the scarlet color. He was very surprised and smiled at Su Yun. "You are really my lucky star. I actually met a fledgling. Ha ha ha, if I knew it was a fledgling, I would have fought with you. Ha 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 ha. Good luck. This is a stroke of good fortune." Su Yun couldn't wait to break all the teeth in Wang Jingjin's mouth and pull out his tongue. But he couldn't do that. "Thank you, boss, for giving her to me." Su Yun, "But, the woman I brought back, I didn't steal boss's things, right?" "Of course not." Wang Jingjin said, "If you also like fledgling, I have a lot of them." "Su Yun, as long as you follow me, I can give you whatever you want. As long as you work for me, I can give you everything. I can give you the whole of Hong Kong and Macau." Su Yun really wanted to ask. He was just a gangster boss. What qualifications did he have to say such things? Who gave him such confidence? Who made him think that he could use these illegal means to own the whole of Hong Kong and Macau? Hong Kong and Macau are bosses. I am already very satisfied to be able to work for boss. Su Yun, please rest assured, boss. I will not let you down. Good. Very good. Wang Jingjin patted Su Yun's shoulder. From now on, Yao Tsim Mong district is yours. Everything that De Kuan had before will be yours. Tomorrow, I will personally announce this at the regular meeting. With you and brother Ah Guang working hard for me, I, Wang Jingjin, have nothing to worry about. Su Yun took a deep breath. Thank you, boss, for your guidance. During the time he came to Hong Kong and Macau, he killed De Kuan and stayed in prison for so many days. Today, he had to rely on Yang Qi to sacrifice her most precious thing as a girl to gain Wang Jingjin's trust. Su Yun felt that he was a failure. The frustration made Su Yun unable to be excited. He didn't know if all this was worth it. If he had to choose again, he would have changed his mind because when he made this choice, he didn't know that it was Yang Qi's first time. Su Yun couldn't help Yang Qi's pain. When Yang Qi put on the clothes that were torn out of shape by Su Yun and walked out of the room, her messy hair and hateful eyes made people feel distressed. Her limping made people want to protect her, but Su Yun couldn't do anything. He had to remember his identity. He was a scoundrel, a shameless scoundrel. The reason why Yang Qi became like this was not because of anyone else, but because of him. It was because of his actions that Yang Qi became like this. Su Yun hated himself. He also hoped that Yang Qi would hate him. Perhaps only in this way could he feel some comfort in his heart. "Officer Yang, is the greeting gift I gave you very comfortable?" Wang Jingjin smiled shamelessly. "Su Yun is a young talent by my side. Ha ha ha, your first time can give you such a wonderful feeling. You should really thank me." Yang Qi spat. Unfortunately, she didn't have any strength now. She didn't even have the strength to spit out Wang Jingjin. "You will get retribution sooner or later. Officer Yang, you are really too naive. Wang Jinjin said, I have done so many bad things. When did I get retribution? I am so free every day. What about you? You have done so many good things for the people. Are you free? You are tired every day, but today you are ruined by retribution. Ha ha ha, who is the one getting retribution? You will pay for what you have done sooner or later. Yang Qi believed that this day would come. Wang Jinjin shook his head proudly. No, there will never be such a day. Because sooner or later, the world will be ruled by me. Ha ha ha. Officer Yang, you are already Su Yun's woman. Why don't you submit to him and be his woman in the future? You can also give us some information about the police. In this way, we will all be a family in the future. You are dreaming. Yang Qi said in disgust. Wang Jinjin smiled. Since Officer Yang said so, then I have no choice. I will not let you go. Yang Qi wanted to leave after she finished speaking. She didn't know that Wang Jinjin didn't intend to let her leave at all. Officer Yang, where are you going? You are my brother Su Yun's woman in the future. Do you still want to leave? Wang Jinjin sneered. Yang Qi was stunned. Su Yun was also stunned. They didn't understand what Wang Jinjin meant. Su Yun, I have cleaned up the villa that originally belonged to Dakuan in Yao Jianwang district. All of Dakuan's things have been burned. Now you can move in at any time, Wang Jinjin said. Thank you, boss, Su Yun said. There is a dungeon under the villa. Everything is there. There is no problem in imprisoning Officer Yang. Wang Jinjin said, this is all I can help you with. Su Yun was stunned. Imprison her? He really didn't expect Wang Jinjin to make such an arrangement. This was simply inhumane. Of course. Wang Jinjin said, what do you think? Let her go now? Su Yun didn't know how to answer. Yang Qi also fell into the abyss this time. She knew that she would have to sacrifice more. Since it had already begun, it was impossible to stop. Otherwise, everything she had done before would be in vain. Su Yun took a deep breath. He really didn't know what kind of retribution he would receive for doing such a thing. Su Yun, you heard it just now. She won't let us go. Wang Jinjin said, if you let her go, she will immediately sue you and investigate you. Your future will be lost. So there are only two best ways for you. The first is to kill her. The second is to imprison her. Su Yun was silent. The person he wanted to kill now was Wang Jinjin in front of him, and no one else. But I think the second option is better. After all, you are the first man to possess her. That kind of feeling is wonderful. Wang Jinjin said, you can continue to possess her and train her. One day, you will get tired of her. It won't be too late to do it then. This pervert is simply a demon. Su Yun really couldn't imagine what was in Wang Jinjin's mind. He could even think of such evil things. Su Yun swore that this bastard would die a horrible death. He didn't dare to think about how many girls Wang Jinjin had tortured like this. Why did God still let such a person live in this world? I have prepared the car. Lock her up for you. Wang Jinjin said, in the future, that place will be your world. You can slowly appreciate your woman, slowly train her, torture her, and slowly turn her into a little bitch. Ha ha ha, that will be very interesting. Su Yun, I will focus on my career. Career is of course important, but fun is also necessary. Wang Jinjin said, whether you need it in the future or not, I have already decided. You must imprison her well. You must never let her escape. Hey. This chick is a member of a department in Hong Kong and Macau that is specifically responsible for investigating me. I must not let her go easily. Su Yun could only accept it because Yang Qi could only reduce the torture and harm she suffered by following him. If Su Yun didn't accept Wang Jinjin's proposal, then Wang Jinjin would personally imprison Yang Qi. Yang Qi would probably suffer even more inhumane torture. I will do it well, boss. Su Yun promised. Wang Jinjin didn't wait much and immediately began to arrange this matter. He asked someone to take Su Yun directly to the villa where De Kuan originally lived in Yao Jianwang district. Under his personal supervision, Yang Qi was locked up in the dungeon. After that, Wang Jinjin left with peace of mind. Su Yun, who was left in the empty villa, was full of confusion. For a moment, he suspected that he had also become a demon. Chapter 2189. Tonight was destined to be the darkest night of Yang Qi's life. After experiencing that kind of painful torment, Yang Qi was locked up in a dark dungeon. She didn't even know how long she would have to endure in such a place. Su Yun knew very well that he couldn't bring any comfort to Yang Qi because he was the one who brought her pain. Although everything he did was with Yang Qi's consent, Su Yun still felt endless self-blame. He knew all too well what his actions meant to a girl. Su Yun had done that kind of thing without any intention of taking responsibility. The pain tormented everyone's heart, especially Yang Qi. Even now, she still couldn't bear the tearing pain. After all, she had lost the most precious thing to her in that kind of situation. She wasn't willing at all, and there was no joy to speak of. Dryness would only make her pain more intense, and her body would suffer more unbearable devastation. Now, she didn't even have a space to soothe her pain alone. She had to face such a place that would only make her feel more terrible. Su Yun wanted to go down to see Yang Qi many times and comfort her, but he couldn't face it. But he was also worried that Yang Qi couldn't bear the pain. He wanted to take Yang Qi to the hospital. At least the doctor could find a way to relieve her pain. After all, men and women were different. Su Yun couldn't do it. They couldn't face such a situation and such a thing. Indeed, even if Su Yun came down, Yang Qi didn't know how to face Su Yun. Right now, she just wanted to be alone in peace. Moreover, Yang Qi also knew that Wang Jinjin's people might still be lying in ambush around the house. If Su Yun really wanted to take her to the hospital, she was afraid that they would be surrounded by Wang Jinjin's people before they even walked out of the door. Yang Qi even suspected that Wang Jinjin had secretly placed surveillance and eavesdropping equipment in the house. If that was the case, they could be exposed at any time. In the end, Su Yun still chose to go to the basement. This was a dungeon that had imprisoned countless girls in the past. It brought only darkness to Su Yun. Su Yun brought a pot of hot water. This was the only thing he could do. Yang Qi looked at Su Yun, her eyes flashing a little absent-mindedly. She wanted to remind Su Yun not to do anything too friendly. If there were surveillance or eavesdropping devices, everything would be over. Su Yun calmly placed the hot water in front of Yang Qi, and then carefully inspected the basement. What Yang Qi thought of, Su Yun also thought of. Earlier, when he was upstairs, he had carefully searched for all the details that he thought might be dangerous. Reality proved that they were overthinking things and being overly cautious. Wang Jinjin gave this house to Su Yun on a whim. He couldn't have predicted that things would go this far in advance, so he couldn't have tampered with the house early. There were no surveillance or eavesdropping devices in the house. There was nothing threatening in the house. There's no danger, you can rest assured. After Su Yun confirmed, he said to Yang Qi lightly, "Today's matter, you've been wronged." Yang Qi looked at Su Yun with wide eyes. She actually hoped that Su Yun would be more careful and not speak to her like that. If Wang Jinjin heard it, it would be troublesome. "Since I've chosen, I won't regret it," Yang Qi said. "No matter what I face next, I will grit my teeth and persevere. After overcoming all difficulties, victory will belong to us." Yes, overcome all difficulties, victory will belong to us. Su Yun's words were simple, but it wasn't simple to do. They couldn't predict how many difficulties they would face, and they couldn't judge them. Yang Qi was silent for a while, then slowly said, "Everything will be fine." This sentence seemed to be talking to herself, but it contained a lot of expectations for Su Yun. Su Yun was their last hope. As long as Su Yun could persevere to the end, victory would belong to them. "I'm sorry for what I've done. I hope you can forgive me." Su Yun, although he knew that his apology was useless and couldn't change what had happened, he felt that as a man, he had to stand up and take responsibility for his mistakes. Yang Qi's face was expressionless. Perhaps she didn't know how she should face this apology. "It's not your fault. You had no choice but to do that." Yang Qi said, "In fact, I should thank you. You saved me and didn't push me into the hands of those men. Compared to that ending, I'm already considered lucky." Su Yun was annoyed. "I really didn't think. It's your first time, so I'm sorry. I really shouldn't have been so reckless, and I shouldn't have acted so recklessly. Perhaps if I had calmed down, we could have found another solution." There was no other solution. "It was all wishful thinking," Yang Qi said. "I don't blame you. Everything you did was for the sake of the mission." Su Yun lowered his head. In the face of Yang Qi's understanding, Su Yun couldn't even adjust himself. The strong self-blame tortured him constantly. He wished that Yang Qi would scold him, or even hit him a few times. Perhaps that would make Su Yun feel better, but Yang Qi didn't do anything. She even understood everything he did. "This was originally our mission. I'm sorry to have troubled you," Yang Qi said. "How could I let you bear more blame? Everything you did was what you should do. Remember, you did it for the sake of the mission. You had no choice. Only then will your pressure be reduced." Yang Qi's words were very effective. As long as Su Yun thought that everything he did was for the sake of the mission and that he had no choice, the self-blame would be reduced by a lot. "Actually, you're under more pressure than any of us. You need to learn how to adjust yourself. Don't pay attention to me. I can control my emotions." Yang Qi said, "You really don't need to worry about me. Play your role well and imprison me here." Su Yun took a deep breath. Yang Qi's role was much harder to play than his. "If I have to make any sacrifices for the sake of the mission, I will still tell you. I'm always ready." Yang Qi said, "Su Yun, I will give everything I have for the cause I respect, even my life. So you really don't need to worry about me. I'm ready." Su Yun nodded. "I should thank you. You made me understand more. You made me realize that I still have unfinished business to do. Only with you will my sacrifice not be in vain," Yang Qi said. "But I have a small request. I hope you can help me. If you have the chance, please buy me a 24-hour emergency contraceptive pill. I'm a little worried." Su Yun came out at the last moment. He didn't want Yang Qi to be hurt more. He nodded. "I will. I'll help you do it tomorrow morning." Yang Qi smiled gratefully. "Thank you. I'm the one thanking you." Su Yun, "Thank you for your understanding." Thank you very much. Drink some warm water to warm yourself up. Maybe that will make you feel better. See if there's anything else you need. I'll go up and find something for you." There was everything in the basement. Yang Qi shook her head. She didn't need anything. "Go up quickly. Don't let anyone find out. Remember to lock the door." Sometimes, the small details can make the difference between success and failure. The closer they got to the final step, the more they had to tread on thin ice. They had to be cautious with every step. Only in this way could they truly reach the end and complete the final smile. Su Yun understood that he couldn't fall short. These sacrifices had to be made in the most meaningful way, not in vain. Chapter 2190. Su Yun didn't know how he got through the night, but he swore that he would never want to experience it again. Su Yun, who didn't sleep the whole night, went out at 8 in the morning the next day. After buying the medicine and breakfast for Yang Qi, he hurried to the club where Hongdong Group held their weekly meeting. Today, Su Yun's identity was different from before. Although Wang Jinjin hadn't announced it yet, the news that Su Yun had moved into Dakuan's house in Yu Jianwang district had spread. Everyone knew that Wang Jinjin would announce Su Yun's new identity at the meeting. He was the boss of Yu Jianwang district. After Su Yun got out of the car, he saw the underling who temporarily replaced Li Guang in Jiulong district. He was Li Guang's right-hand man. After seeing Su Yun today, he looked at Su Yun with disdain. All the respect and affection he had for Su Yun before didn't exist at all. Su Yun tried to go up and say hello, but he was ridiculed by the other party. Brother Yun is already the boss of Yu Jianwang district. He's not on the same level as me. There's no need to be so polite, right? Li Guang's underling's words were full of dissatisfaction with Su Yun. Brother, what do you mean by that? Su Yun, we're all Guang Ji's brothers. There's no need to be so hostile to me because of a small change in the situation, right? Su Yun felt that although he had taken over De Kuan's job, he didn't become De Kuan's substitute and continue to oppose Li Guang. There was no need for them to treat him like this. A small change in the situation? The other party laughed. It seems like Brother Yun doesn't feel embarrassed at all about why he's here today. Does he really think that it's natural? Su Yun quickly understood what the other party meant. He smiled awkwardly. Brother, I didn't know Guangge would do that for me, but boss has promised me that he'll find a way to save Guangge. Don't worry, Guangge won't stay in there for too long. How long is too long? 3 years or 5 years? Li Guang's underling no longer had any trust in Su Yun. In his eyes, Su Yun was a guy who used Li Guang to climb up, so he was full of hostility. At this time, Fatty Tian also ran over from not far away. He had already heard their conversation. Fatty Tian stepped forward and pulled Li Guang's underling away. He scolded, "Don't talk nonsense if you don't know anything. Su Yun will soon be the eldest brother. Yao Jianwang District and Jiolong District are separated by the east and the west. In the future, you will all be a family. Do you know that? Brother Tian, you're really something. Brother Guang just went in because of this person, and you're actually speaking up for this person?" Li Guang's underling was very disdainful. "Don't forget how Brother Guang treated you back then." Fatty Tian hurriedly gestured for Su Yun to go in first. He could understand Li Guang's displeasure. Now, someone needed to stand up and explain. Su Yun knew that he would only make people more irritated if he stayed, so he went directly into the venue. Fatty Tian pulled Li Guang's underling to the side and said to him, "Do you know what you're saying? Yesterday, Su Yun ran to my place as soon as he came out. He forced me to tell him what was going on. He wanted me to tell him where the boss would be last night. If I didn't tell him, he would really kill me." Li Guang's underling was stunned. "What's going on?" "I had no choice. I told Su Yun that the boss would be at the Blue Bay Club. He rushed over directly." Fatty Tian said, "He went to find the boss to ask the boss to save Brother Guang." "You don't even know. What are you talking about?" Li Guang's underling still had some doubts. Then why did I hear that he moved to De Kuan's house last night? This is between him and the boss. It's not something you can know. It's not something I can know," Fatty Tian said, "but one thing is certain. If the boss didn't agree to Su Yun to save Brother Guang, Su Yun wouldn't work for the Hongdong Society. So, the boss must have agreed to him." "Ah. Then just now, didn't I?" Li Guang's underling was a little embarrassed. "That's why I asked you to shut up," Fatty Tian said. "You better remember in the future. No matter what happens, you must be calm. Don't blame others before you figure out the situation." Li Guang's underling nodded. "Thank you, Brother Tian, for your guidance." After the two finished talking, they walked into the venue one after another. When Li Guang's underling saw Su Yun again, he was a little embarrassed. Although Su Yun didn't know what Fatty Tian said to him, one thing was certain. Fatty Tian must have removed the misunderstanding about him. This made Su Yun feel a lot more comfortable in his heart. Wang Jinjin soon arrived at the venue. He seemed to be in a good mood today. This was of course because he found the last replacement after De Kuan, and this replacement would only be better than De Kuan. "Everyone, sit down. Ha ha ha, I have good news to announce to everyone today." After Wang Jinjin sat down, he gestured for everyone to sit down. When he finished this sentence, he saw everyone's eyes were cast on Su Yun. "Ha ha ha, It seems that even if I don't say anything, everyone knows? Wang Jinjin said. You are all well informed. Seeing that Wang Jinjin was in a good mood, everyone was very relaxed. They responded with a smile. Some people began to congratulate Wang Jinjin for getting another talent. In short, the matter that Su Yun would be appointed as the boss of the Yujianwang district was already an open secret. After a few words, everyone smiled and stopped their eyes on Su Yun, waiting for Wang Jinjin to officially announce this matter. It seems that everyone is looking forward to it. Wang Jinjin said lightly. Everyone is also clear about De Kuen's matter. Because he did something that violated the rules of the society, he received the punishment he deserved. But the Yujianwang district became a place where there was no one to support it. Although the agent's performance during this period of time was not bad, it still did not meet my expectations. So, I made a decision. After that, Wang Jinjin took a deep breath and his eyes fell on Su Yun. Now, I officially appoint Su Yun to be in charge of all the work and matters in the Yujianwang district in the future. He will take over De Kuen's position. Wang Jinjin said, in the future, he will be the boss of the Yujianwang district. No one has any objections, right? After Wang Jinjin finished speaking, everyone applauded and congratulated him. The only person who was unhappy with this appointment was probably Sang Fei, who replaced De Kuen after his death. Sang Fei had always been De Kuen's most capable assistant and was also De Kuen's most valued brother. So, De Kuen's death was very difficult for Sang Fei to accept. But because this decision was made by Wang Jinjin, Sang Fei did not dare to say anything. After De Kuen's death, Sang Fei was appointed by Wang Jinjin to temporarily take over the Yujianwang district. This appointment also temporarily removed Sang Fei's influence on De Kuen's death. But soon, Sang Fei heard that boss would not give this position to him forever, thinking that he was not capable enough. And the person who killed Brother Kuen would be the best candidate. When Su Yun was still in prison, Sang Fei did not believe this. Because in his eyes, Su Yun was just a newbie, and he had already followed De Kuen in the Hongdong society for 5 years. He was familiar with everything in the Yujianwang district, but this Su Yun was not familiar with anything. So, Sang Fei did not believe that his position would be replaced. He thought that he would definitely become the real boss of the Yujianwang district and take over Brother Kuen's previous position. But after Su Yun moved into Brother Kuen's house in Yujianwang district, Sang Fei realized that a representative would always be a representative. Today, his position would be taken away. This sense of loss filled his heart with anger. It was really a kind of anger, an anger that could not be described with words. When everyone was applauding, Sang Fei used a cold gaze to look at Su Yun. He wanted to see what kind of tricks this Su Yun could play in the Yujianwang district. Without the cooperation of him and his brothers, he did not believe that Su Yun could reach Wang Jinjin's expectations. Humph. An outsider wants to be the king of the Yujianwang district. Then we'll have to see if he has the ability. Chapter 2191. Boss. Sang Fei suddenly spoke. As far as I know, Brother Yun hasn't been in Hong Kong and Macau for more than a month. In such a short time, such an important appointment, isn't it a bit, too? Wang Jinjin smiled and said, Sang Fei, do you think that my decision is too hasty? Or do you think that my appointment of Su Yun has affected you? Boss, Sang Fei doesn't dare to say that boss's decision is hasty, and I don't dare to put my personal interests above the society's interests. Sang Fei said, I know Brother Yun's ability, and he's definitely more than 100 times stronger than me. I'm just worried that Brother Yun doesn't have a deep understanding of Hong Kong and Macau. Therefore, sitting in this position will affect the society's harvest. Wang Jinjin nodded. Sang Fei, what you said is very reasonable. It's indeed a problem that I should consider carefully. Sang Fei disrupted the entire process by himself, and it also made some of the other bosses present have opinions about him. This was because everyone present knew that Sang Fei was brought up by De Kuen, so they all knew Sang Fei's feelings towards De Kuen. De Kuen's death was a huge blow to Sang Fei. If Wang Jinjin didn't appoint him to this temporary position, perhaps Sang Fei would have given up on himself. Because he didn't have a big brother who would protect him in the future. Now, there was an enemy who killed his big brother who wanted to be his immediate big brother, the boss of Yao Tip Mong district. In the future, Sang Fei would have to ask this person for any matter, and this person could make any decision in Yao Tip Mong district. This was indeed a fact that Sang Fei couldn't accept. It was normal for Sang Fei to feel uncomfortable. This was human nature. If it was anyone else in Sang Fei's situation, they would have stood up and said a few words, right? Sang Fei heard that his boss agreed with his words, and he was excited. "Boss, I'm thinking for the society." After saying that, Sang Fei looked at Su Yun. Seeing Su Yun's expressionless face, he purposely said respectfully to Su Yun, "Brother Yun, I hope you don't blame me. I really admire you. Really, I'm not targeting you by saying this. I understand. I know." Su Yun smiled faintly, but in his heart, he cursed disdainfully, "I understand your sister." Was this not targeting him? There were so many big brothers in the room who had no different opinions, and this matter was personally appointed by Wang Jinjin. Only you, a little red guy, stood out to fart, and you still say that you are not targeting me? I'd be a fool if I believed you. Su Yun was very clear what kind of relationship Sang Fei had with De Kuan. Sang Fei wasn't around when De Kuan was taught a lesson. This showed that Sang Fei wasn't an ordinary subordinate of De Kuan. He wasn't just a follower, but someone who could lead a group of brothers and do things independently. This was also the reason why Wang Jinjin temporarily handed over the matters of Yao Jianwang district to Sang Fei after De Kuan's death. Moreover, Sang Fei definitely had a solid foundation in Yao Jianwang district. After this sudden appointment, Sang Fei didn't panic at all. He easily dealt with all of this. Yao Jianwang district did not fall into chaos because of De Kuan's death. Just based on these matters, Sang Fei's contributions couldn't go unnoticed. He was definitely a good candidate to manage Yao Jianwang district. However, there was a reason why Wang Jinjin only let him temporarily take over. It wasn't that he wasn't good enough, but Sang Fei was De Kuan's trusted aide. If Wang Jinjin handed over Yao Jianwang district to someone who was brought up by De Kuan after De Kuan's death, then what was the point of getting rid of De Kuan? In that case, it would be meaningless for him to get rid of De Kuan. Therefore, Wang Jinjin couldn't continue to hand over Yao Jianwang district to someone who was brought up by De Kuan. No matter how outstanding Sang Fei was, he would never let Sang Fei be the leader of Yao Jianwang district. This was because Wang Jinjin didn't believe that this kid who was brought up by De Kuan would be obedient. Maybe Sang Fei was also a greedy person. Wang Jinjin only believed in his own eyes, and only believed in people who were loyal enough. In the matter of Su Yun and Li Guang, Wang Jinjin gave Su Yun a lot of support, so he made this decision. "Sang Fei, do you have any opinions?" Wang Jinjin asked with a smile. Sang Fei quickly lowered his head. Sang Fei doesn't dare to have any opinions. I only said some disgraceful things for the sake of the society's benefit. I hope Boss and Brother Yun can forgive me. Ha 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 ha, you don't have to be like this. You're right. Wang Jinjin said, Su Yun indeed hasn't been in Hong Kong or Macau for long, and he doesn't know much about Yao Jianwang district. However, I don't think this is a problem. Do you want to know the reason? Hearing Wang Jinjin's change of topic, Sang Fei's expression wasn't as good as before. He raised his head and looked at Wang Jinjin. Although he didn't say anything, his eyes clearly told Wang Jinjin that he really wanted to hear the reason. Wang Jinjin had been around for so many years, so he naturally saw through Sang Fei's expression. Although Su Yun doesn't know much about Yao Jianwang district, you guys are here. Wang Jinjin said, Sang Fei, you used to be De Kuan's right-hand man. You can help De Kuan do a lot of things. Most of the time, De Kuan doesn't even need to show up and you can settle it. Your performance in the past few days after you were temporarily appointed was also very good. Therefore, I believe in you. I believe that you can become Su Yun's most capable helper. This way, I don't have anything to worry about. The old fox was indeed an old fox. Su Yun cursed in his heart. Although he gave the position of Yao Jianwang District's boss to Su Yun, he used the reason that Su Yun didn't know much about Hong Kong and Macau to place an old subordinate of De Kuan beside Su Yun. This was simply burying a bomb behind Su Yun's back. Who knew when this bomb would explode? Now that Su Yun entered Yao Jianwang District as the boss, he still had to be careful of Sang Fei behind him. This was Wang Jinjin's goal. Because only in this way, he could let Su Yun go to Yao Jianwang District to make a name for himself without worry. Only a scheming person would have such a thought. This wasn't an exaggeration at all. Although Su Yun cursed Wang Jinjin's 18 generations of ancestors in his heart, he didn't show it on his face. Instead, he thanked Wang Jinjin. "Boss, you have considered everything. Originally, I was also worried about this problem. Now that I have Sang Fei by my side to assist me, I don't have any worries in my heart." Sang Fei was unhappy. Although he tried his best to control it, he still revealed some of it. However, his mouth was the same as Su Yun's. "Boss, you have considered everything." Wang Jinjin saw the dissatisfaction in Sang Fei's expression. This was what he wanted. He was very satisfied with the current situation. Good. Since no one has any objections, then this matter will be approved by everyone in the Hongdong Group. From today onwards, Su Yun will be the boss of Yao Jianwang District. He will be my, Wang Jinjin's, right-hand man. Everyone will cooperate with him in the future. Yes, boss. We will definitely cooperate with Brother Yun in his work. Boss is wise. You have added another fierce member to the Hongdong Group. In the future, the Hongdong Group will be like a hot knife through butter. No one will be able to stop them. It's everyone's fortune to have boss in the Hongdong Group. With boss's strategy, who will we be afraid of? Hong Kong and Macau will be the world of the Hongdong Group. The flattery was louder and louder. Su Yun felt like he could smell fart. Soon, the group of people finished flattering Wang Jinjin and began to congratulate him. Those hypocritical words sounded so sincere that it made Su Yun suspect that he had really met a group of close friends. The atmosphere of the regular meeting was very cheerful. However, there were always some people who were unhappy and couldn't be happy. Li Guang's underling was one of them. His heart was filled with Brother Guang's matters, so he couldn't share the joy with everyone. Wang Jinjin's observation was sharp. He waved at Li Guang's underling and told him seriously, "In 3 days, your Brother Guang will appear. I never go back on my words." Boss. Really? Li Guang's underling immediately became excited and immediately joined in the joy. As long as Brother Guang appeared, nothing else mattered to them. Kowloon City couldn't do without Brother Guang. After everyone relaxed for a while, Wang Jinjin announced that the meeting was over. He still had to deal with Li Guang's matters. Because Li Guang had already taken the blame, it would be troublesome to find someone else to replace Li Guang. However, this wasn't a big deal to Wang Jinjin. It was just a little troublesome. Chapter 2192. After the meeting ended, Su Yun was led back to Yao Tsimmong District by Sang Fei and the others. Because Su Yun knew nothing about this place, he asked Sang Fei to bring him around to familiarize himself with the environment. But Sang Fei didn't really want to be friends with Su Yun, nor did he want to become Su Yun's right-hand man. He had always been perfunctory. After Su Yun made this request, he quickly found an excuse and said that his family members were critically ill and he had to go to the hospital. Su Yun didn't force him to stay and let him go. Although Su Yun knew that this guy was bullshitting, he still let him go. Su Yun couldn't really understand the situation in Yao Tsimmong District with such a guy. It was like a director bringing an actor who didn't care at all to make a movie. There definitely wouldn't be any box office. Yao Tsimmong District was an early development area in Hong Kong and Macau. It was famous for its typhoon shelters and temples because the people here still maintained the traditional lifestyle of Hong Kong and Macau to a large extent. There were also streets and alleys full of Hong Kong and Macau characteristics. It definitely allowed people to experience the life of the old Hong Kong and Macau people. Su Yun decided to explore the situation in Yao Tsim Mong district himself because he didn't want to go back home. Yang Qi was still locked up in the basement. Su Yun would definitely feel uncomfortable if he went back. It was better for him to walk outside and let Yang Qi have a good rest there. Su Yun believed that Yang Qi definitely didn't sleep well last night. Anyway, he sent enough water and food down in the morning, so Yang Qi wouldn't be hungry or thirsty. Soon, Su Yun had a basic understanding of the Yao Jianwang district. Through his own observations and inquiries from some of the residents, it was clear that these residents did not know that the person in front of them who was so unfamiliar with the Yao Jianwang district was actually the current boss of the place where they lived. The economic activity of the whole area was mainly commercial, with some tourism and light industry. This was the main shopping and retail center of Hong Kong and Macau. The shopping malls and department stores in Tsim Sha Tsui, the retail shops and hawker markets in Yau Ma Ti and Mong Kok really provided a variety of goods for Hong Kong and Macau residents and tourists. Moreover, the tourism industry in Yao Tsim Mong district was very prosperous. There were many large hotels. This place was also the food and entertainment center of Hong Kong and Macau. There were many places to enjoy delicious food and all kinds of entertainment venues. Therefore, Yu Jianwang district was definitely a rich place. The reason why De Kuan was able to obtain so much from this place and give it to Hong Dong she was because the business activities in this place were very prosperous. Just the income provided by the entertainment venues was enough for De Kuan to show off in Hong Dong Shi. Therefore, this place was really a very fertile place. Wang Jinjin gave this place to Su Yun to manage. Obviously, he had a very high trust in Su Yun. Su Yun wandered around the bustling hawker market area in Yu Jianwang district. Looking at the people working hard here, he thought of the hard-earned money they earned. There was always a part of it that had to be given to Hong Dong Shi. It was really not easy. Almost all the large entertainment venues had shares in Hong Dong Shi. Otherwise, it would be impossible for them to have a foothold in this place. Just as Su Yun passed by the hawker market area, 3 or 5 tattooed youths with dyed hair attracted Su Yun's attention. They ran rampant in the market unscrupulously. When they saw the fresh fruit in the fruit stall, they would pick it up and eat it. When they saw the beautiful girls in the stall, they would flirt with them. These were the so-called protection of the society. Because of them, some of the hawkers here had a particularly hard time. Some people even had more than half of their hard-earned money taken away by these so-called protectors every day. However, this money would eventually flow into Hong Dong Shi's pocket because this was Hong Dong Shi's territory. It was Wang Jinjin's world. Ayaya, look at who this is. Isn't this the white-haired granny? A guy with a head full of dyed yellow hair suddenly shouted. A few young men with dragon and tiger tattoos quickly rushed forward and surrounded a white-haired old woman. There were several fruit baskets in front of the granny. They were all big and fresh oranges. Obviously, the granny tried to leave, but unfortunately, she was old and her legs were not so nimble. She was directly surrounded by the youths. The blonde looked at the granny with a sneer and said, "White-haired granny, you haven't paid protection fees for a while, right? Hey, we can't catch you. Do you think you're good at hiding? You didn't expect us to appear here at this time, did you?" It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was the hot time. Because the granny was old, her forehead was covered with sweat. Because of the nervousness just now, the granny was panting. "I really don't have money. I haven't sold oranges for many days. I beg you, please give me a few more days, okay?" The granny looked at the youths with a pitiful face. In this kind of weather, few people would come out to buy fruits. Everyone would choose to come out to shop when it was cooler. The granny hadn't sold the oranges for several days. The reason was simple. When there were many customers, there would be many young men who collected protection fees. They were so demanding that the granny couldn't afford it. Therefore, she only dared to sell the oranges when the people who collected the money were not around. However, there were too few people who bought things during this time, so it was difficult for her to sell many oranges every day. Sometimes, she didn't even open for business. The granny was also a sincere trader. Once the oranges were about to go stale, she would not take them out to deceive people. She would give them to some of the neighbors' children before they went stale. The place she lived in was a place where only the poor would live, so the children there could not afford to eat fruits. The granny would give them all the fruits. In this way, the granny's business would become worse and worse. It was difficult for her to sell her oranges. She had to go to the fruit market to wholesale. After all, it was a business. Therefore, the granny could hardly make much money, but these people still asked her for so much money. "White-haired granny, look at your oranges. They are so big and delicious. Why can't you sell them?" A young man with a wolf head tattoo on his shoulder unceremoniously opened the oranges and ate them. "You just hand over the money honestly. Things will be much simpler. You only need 200 Hong Kong dollars a day. It's not much. You have owed us for half a month, right? 3,000 yuan, give us the money. We will let you continue to sell them." The granny didn't make much money at all. Obviously, she couldn't afford 3,000 yuan. If she did, she would lose a lot of money. "I really didn't make any money. Please pity me. I really don't have any money." The granny was about to cry. "Granny, don't talk so much nonsense. We politely call you Granny. Who do you think you are?" The yellow-haired man stared and scolded. "We pity you. Who will pity us? We are also out to do things. Don't talk nonsense with us. Yes, this place is not protected by us. Do you think you can sell fruits so peacefully?" Another young man shouted, "Hurry up, don't talk nonsense. Give us the money and we will let you go. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving today." "I really don't have any money. I really don't have any money," the granny kept saying. At this time, the yellow-haired man was unhappy. He flipped the granny's fruit stall over. "You don't have any money? If you don't have money, then don't come out to open a fruit stall." As he spoke, he angrily stomped on a few oranges and scolded them. The granny looked at her oranges being stomped on. Her heart ached so much that she almost fainted. She had just bought them from the fruit wholesale market today. She walked so far just to save money for a few oranges. But now, she had really given up on life. If it wasn't for waiting for her son, she really didn't want to live anymore. She really didn't want to live anymore. "Stop!" Su Yun shouted angrily. He strode over to the scene. He really couldn't stand it anymore. Although he was sure that these young men were definitely members of the Hongdong Society, he still had to take care of these bastards. Even if they wanted to collect money, they should find those middle-aged businessmen who could afford it. Bullying an old granny was really too much. He was too heartless. Chapter 2193. Hearing the reprimand, the youths quickly turned their attention to Su Yun. Of course, they didn't know Su Yun, because they were the lowest-level gangsters in the Hongdong Society. Hence, what they were doing was the lowest-level thing, collecting protection fees here. Seeing that someone was meddling in their business, the youths were immediately interested. It was time for them to show off their skills and let the other businessmen here know how powerful they were. "What are you doing?" Su Yun was now the boss of the Yu Jianwang district. Of course, he had to be imposing when teaching a few underlings a lesson. "If you still want to hang around here, get out of here immediately. If I see you bullying the elderly again, I won't let you have the chance to regret it. Who the F***ck do you think you are? How dare you behave so atrociously in our territory? Brothers, attack!" The yellow hair scolded and was the first to charge forward with his fists raised. This reckless thing was sent flying 10 meters by Su Yun's kick. His body even rolled a few meters away after landing on the ground with a clang. One kick was enough to make him half dead. The others were dumbfounded, but they couldn't stop in time. They saw a few people being ruthlessly beaten up by Su Yun like dogs that had fallen into the water. Su Yun teaching them a lesson was as easy as blowing off dust. The few of them were taught a lesson. They raised their bloody nostrils and threatened Su Yun. "Just you wait. Let me tell you, We are under Brother Sang. Just wait for your death. You are under Sang Fei, right? Su Yun sneered disdainfully. Then call Sang Fei and ask him who is your boss in the Yu Jianwang district now. The youths were stunned. They heard that the Hongdong Society was going to choose a new boss today, and Sang Fei was replaced by someone else. Could it be? All of you watch carefully. Su Yun pointed at himself and said, I am the one who killed De Kuan. My name is Su Yun. In the future, I call the shots here. Do you understand? Remember my words if you don't want to die. The young men were dumbfounded. So he was the famous Su Yun. Even Brother De Kuan was killed by this guy. They were so scared that they almost peed their pants. No one knew who took the lead, but after one of them knelt down, the others all knelt down and kowtowed to beg for mercy. One had to know that people like them were like ants in front of Su Yun. They wouldn't even know how they died if they were pinched to death. Stop kowtowing. Do something practical. Pick up all the oranges and put them back. You'll have to pay for the broken ones. Take out all the money you have and give it to Granny. Just take it as buying oranges for you. Su Yun scolded angrily again. They immediately scrambled to pick up the oranges. Su Yun said coldly, What a disgrace to the Hongdong Society. Who was the one who recruited you bastards into the club? Scum. They didn't dare to say anything after being scolded. They could only admit their mistakes. Even Blondie, who was sent flying, endured the pain and crawled back to pick up the oranges. They really regretted not checking the almanac before going out today. Why did they bump into the new gang leader? Furthermore, this new gang leader was too different from Brother De Kuan and Sang Fei. Thank you. Thank you. I really can't thank you enough. The granny with white hair said as she was about to kneel down in front of Su Yun. Su Yun quickly pulled her up. Granny, don't be so polite. No, I don't know how to thank you. I have to give you something. The granny was very agitated. She spoke incoherently. Then treat me to an orange. Su Yun smiled as she picked up an orange and said, This is my favorite thing to eat. Take this as a token of your gratitude. Then I'll get a bag to pack more for you. The granny quickly said, No. One is enough. One is enough. Whenever I want to eat, I'll come and get it from you. Is that okay? Su Yun smiled. Looking at the smile on the poor old woman's face, he felt that today was worth it. It was meaningful to be the gang leader. The granny nodded. Then you must come and get oranges from me. Okay, I'll come and get it when I want to eat. Haha. Su Yun smiled. Granny, as long as you don't dislike me for being a glutton. No, I won't. I won't. The granny quickly said. She wanted to get more oranges for Su Yun to take home. The young men picked up the oranges and quickly stood in a row behind Su Yun. Blondie said, Brother Yun, we picked up the oranges. Give us the money. Su Yun glared at them. The youths quickly took out all the money in their pockets and gave it to the old granny. The old granny saw so much money, it was enough to compensate for those rotten oranges. She kept saying that it was enough. Moreover, the old granny was also afraid of the revenge of these youths. What's enough? It's not enough. However, Su Yun said, All of you, kneel down and kowtow to Granny to admit your mistakes. Treat it as making up for the insufficient money. The young men did whatever Su Yun said. They immediately knelt down and kowtowed. Su Yun was their gang leader. If he wanted them to die, they wouldn't dare to fart. The granny was really surprised. She still didn't know what Su Yun did. Granny, this place is under my protection in the future. You can come out and sell oranges whenever you want. Su Yun said, No one will dare to bully you again. Really? The granny looked at the young men in disbelief. All of you, listen up. Su Yun said to the young men, In the future, if the granny is bullied and I find out, you know the consequences. The young men quickly nodded and said yes. Su Yun seemed to have thought of something. In the future, when the granny comes out to sell oranges, you all keep an eye on her. The other fruit sellers will put away the oranges. Sell other things first. When the granny's oranges are sold out, they can take out the oranges to sell. You all have to open your eyes and watch carefully. Yes. We promise to do Brother Yun's order. The young men patted their chests and said. Su Yun was satisfied and let them go. He went to inform all the fruit sellers to put away the oranges. After the young men left, the granny relaxed. She looked at Su Yun gratefully. If it wasn't for you, I don't know what to do today. Good boy, I will pick a few big oranges for you. Go home and give them to your granny. No need, Granny. I don't have a granny. Su Yun smiled. He suddenly thought of something. Granny, you are so old but you still come out to work. What about your son? You should be enjoying your life at your age. Let your son come out to earn money to support you. The granny sighed deeply. Boy, do you think I am very old? Actually, I am not a granny. I am only 48 years old this year. 48 years old. She was just an auntie. But her hair was all white. She looked like she was in her 60s. That was why Su Yun always called her granny. Now that the granny mentioned her age, Su Yun was dumbfounded and said sorry several times. But the granny didn't mind. It doesn't matter. People who know me call me white-haired granny. I know I look old. Auntie. Then what about your son? Why don't you let him come out to help you? You were bullied by them. Your son should help you. Then you won't be so difficult. Su Yun said. The white-haired granny shook her head helplessly. My son wants to help me. But he can't do anything. Is he sick? Su Yun asked tentatively. The granny was silent for a while and sighed. No, he is in prison. Because he accidentally hurt someone, he was arrested and sent to the prison in Dapu district. When he heard that it was the prison in Dapu district, Su Yun was stunned. He just came out of the prison in Dapu district. What is your son's name? His name is Ah Tian. Su Yun breathed a sigh of relief. Hong Kong and Macau were really small places. Auntie, if your son is Ah Tian, then you don't have to be polite to me. I am friends with Ah Tian. I also know that he is in prison. You can rest assured. Although Ah Tian is in prison now, I am his friend. If you need anything, just tell me. I will help Ah Tian take care of you. Ah Tian's mother widened her eyes. 2 lines of tears flowed down uncontrollably. Chapter 2194. After Ah Tian's son was sent to prison, Ah Tian's mother had been enduring the torment of life, enduring the bullying of those gangsters. Many times, she wanted to die, but in order to wait for her son to come out, she had to endure this kind of life. Although Ah Tian did some small business in prison, helping his fellow inmates to provide them with what they needed, he could earn some money. Then, Ah Tian would ask his distant cousin to bring the money to his mother. However, this was all wishful thinking on Ah Tian's part. His cousin didn't do that at all. All the money Ah Tian earned in prison was given to his cousin. His cousin only visited Ah Tian's mother once every 6 months, and only gave her a few hundred Hong Kong dollars, saying that Ah Tian worked hard in prison in exchange for it. Ah Tian's mother did not believe that prison could make money, so she was very grateful to her distant nephew, thinking that the money was given by him. She did not know that Ah Tian earned at least tens of thousands of Hong Kong dollars in prison every year, and all the money was pocketed by his cousin. When Su Yun talked with her about this matter, he learned from Ah Tian's mother that the prison guard had only given her less than 1,000 Hong Kong dollars in the past 2 years, so he understood the reason. Auntie, you can do business here without worry in the future. Su Yun, no one will dare to bully you again. Your oranges are so good. I believe that your business will be prosperous. Ah Tian's mother felt nothing but gratitude. After Su Yun left, she kept on thanking God for helping her and giving her the help of a noble. This was the most relaxed day of Ah Tian's mother's life. She did not have to worry about people coming to her oranges stall, and she did her own things with peace of mind. When more people came to the market, her oranges were quickly sold out. After passing through the hawker market area, Su Yun went to the bustling nightclub Entertainment Street, which should be the source of most of their income. Hong Kong and Macau people paid great attention to entertainment, so their nightlife was very rich, and almost every night, the lights were bright. As long as the lights were on, a day in Hong Kong and Macau would not end. In the area that Su Yun was in charge of, there was a very big casino. Everyone knew that casinos were places to play with money. However, those who were addicted to gambling would never understand that gambling would never allow them to make a comeback. As long as it was gambling, there would definitely be a trap. The banker would not be stupid enough to let you take the money away from him based on luck. Therefore, it was said that 9 out of 10 bets would lose, and the winner would definitely be the banker. Otherwise, why would the banker open a casino? Is it really to play with you for free? Why would casinos provide free tea and even free snacks? If they didn't let people lose some money inside, wouldn't they be too free to do these things? This casino would also be one of the places where Su Yun would be able to reap the rewards in the future. Looking at those poor gamblers who were beaten up and thrown out, looking at those who were still well dressed when they went in, and coming out in pain when they came out, Su Yun really wanted to give them 2 words: serves them right. If he didn't have that greed, if he didn't think about reaping without sowing, then he wouldn't be where he was today. No one forced them to gamble. They were the ones who were willing to gamble. They were the ones who were willing to lose everything. When gamblers were desperate to lose, they would often borrow money from the loan sharks in the casino. As long as the money was borrowed, their life would be over. Loan sharks. Compound interest. They had already lost everything. How could they pay back the money? They could only rely on cheating and robbing to commit crimes. So this gambling was really the source of evil. If it weren't for Su Yun's current identity, he really wanted to burn down this casino. However, casinos in Hong Kong and Macau were not as illegal as the mainland. There was no gambling in the mainland. Gambling was a crime. Opening a casino must be sentenced. If you want to gamble, there was only one way to gamble. Lottery. That was not a problem. In fact, there were really people addicted to buying lottery tickets in the mainland. They thought that they could calculate the big prize, but in the end, they lost everything. At this time, a guy was beaten out of the casino by a few young men. The guy kept begging for mercy and kept crying. However, the casino people didn't care. They directly took the stun baton in their hands and poked the guy. The guy was in so much pain that he kept crying out in pain and begging for mercy like a grandson. Cripple 5, let me tell you. The money you brought is not even enough to pay back the F***king interest. You still want to continue gambling? Bah. The leading young man stared and said, "If you don't pay back the money, I'll break your other leg." This pitiful guy was lying on the ground and begging for mercy. He kept kowtowing. "Brother Shang, I beg you to give me a chance to turn things around. Let me gamble one more time. One last time. Maybe I can turn things around." The young man called Brother Shang unceremoniously kicked Cripple 5's shoulder. "If you want to gamble, then go get the capital. Cripple 5, don't you have a daughter who is already 18 years old? If you think it's okay, bring her here. I'll introduce her to a place to work. I guarantee that you can earn money every day." After that, the young men laughed. Their so-called place to work was a massage parlor not far away. It was called a massage parlor, but it was actually a place that provided that kind of service. That's if you're willing. With your daughter's age and beauty, a virgin can be sold for tens of thousands of yuan. Ah Shang said, "You can pay back the loan you owe in less than a month." "Ha ha ha, let your daughter serve me when she has time. Maybe I can exempt you from a day's interest." The more those people laughed, the more pain and uneasiness on Cripple 5's face became more obvious. He was really forced to sell his daughter. He had already sold his wife. Was he going to sell his daughter now? He didn't want to do that, but it was the only thing he could do now. He didn't know what to do. Ah Shang's suggestion was really the last chance in his life. If he could earn money by selling his daughter, he would have capital to gamble. As long as he won the gamble, he could make a comeback. With money, no one would look down on him anymore. Cripple 5 would never understand what the word gamble meant. He would never know that he could never make a comeback by gambling. No one could really become a billionaire and enjoy the life of a billionaire just by luck. There would only be people who lost their families because of gambling and became the trash that society despised forever. It's fine if you want to ruin him, but don't ruin his daughter. Su Yun suddenly walked forward and said to the young men, "Don't ruin his family. It's appropriate to put him anywhere." Su Yun's appearance made Ah Shang and the others a little confused, but they soon learned everything from Su Yun. "I'm Su Yun. I'll be in charge of Yao Jianwang district in the future," Su Yun said. "I'll be in charge of Hongdong Group. Do you remember? Brother Yun, nice to meet you." They immediately understood. They had already received the news that Su Yun was promoted, but they didn't expect Su Yun to come here alone to inspect the work. At this time, at the door of a massage shop not far away, a man similar to Cripple 5 was forcing a girl to go in. The girl kept crying and begging her father not to be so cruel. But the man said fiercely, "If you don't sell yourself, where will I get the money to gamble?" Su Yun would probably see this kind of tragedy often in the future. "What are you waiting for?" I said, "Don't ruin his family. That guy lost the gamble, let him think of a way to repay the money he owes. Selling his wife and children, he is a beast." Su Yun said, "Go and teach him a good lesson for me. Let him remember this in the future." Although Ah Shang and the others weren't willing to do so, they still went forward to stop that person and beat him up violently. It was said that sex was the root of all evil. These massage shops would always be the cancer of this place. They didn't know what the Hong Kong and Macau police were thinking. They should have banned them earlier. Then, there wouldn't be so many innocent girls who would be dragged to the point of no return because of those scums. Bastard fathers, bastard husbands, and even bastard boyfriends, almost all the girls faced them together. It was those people who forced them to this point. Chapter 2195. After this afternoon's incognito visit, Su Yun had a general understanding of the entire jurisdiction. In fact, there were many unknown stories behind any bustling city. Those who lived in torment would never be placed on the attention of society. Compared to the direct form of society in Hong Kong and Macau, would the mainland be much more glamorous? However, how many people on the mainland who did these things to oppress the people were all wearing glamorous human skin? What village officials were involved in the underworld, what county magistrate was an accomplice to a villain, and so on. The social phenomena were probably more shocking than these things in Hong Kong and Macau. Seeing that the salary of the state civil servants was adjusted, how many people on the internet were criticizing? The supporters were probably only those who were working for the government and those whose families were working for the government. This was a social pathology. Why would so many netizens criticize a small increase in the salary of civil servants? To be honest, those who worked for the government didn't have a high salary. Even the vast majority of salespeople in small private companies earned more than them. Every month, they received a pitiful salary of a few thousand yuan, but they became the haters in the eyes of most people in society. Many people didn't see the sweat they shed to get this job. What was the reason? Just like some people said, the salary of civil servants should be increased. Their lives weren't easy. Some couples were civil servants. They looked glamorous, but they had to face mortgage and car loans every month. They had to face all kinds of social activities. They really didn't have it easy. But they were still scolded because of the so-called grey income. This thing was really difficult for people to see clearly. Some big tigers were in high positions, and grey income of hundreds of millions was a piece of cake. But some people at the grassroots level, the kind that had no connections, they really didn't have any grey income other than their salary. Some people would say that they didn't need to spend money to eat, drink, and various daily necessities. There would always be people looking for them to do things. Every year, they received more shopping cards from various shopping malls than their salary. But that was limited to people with power. It wasn't that civil servants shouldn't make more money, but those rats destroyed the industry and made the industry the enemy in the eyes of the people. In fact, They only needed to stick to their posts and do what they should do for the people, and the current situation would be changed. But how many people would really do this? How many grassroots workers in many places relied on the little bit of power in their hands to eat and beg? There were too many of them. This group of people was the source of all evil in the country. After the country reduced the expenses of the 3 public departments, how many billions of yuan had been reduced in just a few years? Was it clear? What official entertainment? What official vehicle purchase? All of this money was simply incalculable. Everything seemed to be flourishing with frugality, but in fact, how many departments had secretly replaced him? In some places, the monthly fuel allowance for leaders was even higher than their salary. Why must it be oiled? Was the smog in Huaxia not serious enough? Did he have to drive to work? Weren't they encouraging environmental protection? It was still impossible to truly reduce the country's public expenditure through this concept of substitution. If the money was really saved, why didn't the money be used for education? Why didn't the money be used for public health? How many other countries in the world had a situation where it was difficult to see a doctor? How many other countries in the world had a situation where it was difficult to go to school? It couldn't be said that Huaxia was the only one, but there were only a handful of them. Huaxia's medical expenditure was really the lowest in the world. If you went to any hospital, you would feel embarrassed if your wallet wasn't thick enough. Healthcare and education were the areas where the country should be spending money, and not secretly replacing the money for the purchase of public vehicles with fuel allowance. That was meaningless. Although there were people from these organizations in Hong Kong and Macau who were disrupting the public, they wouldn't have children who couldn't afford to go to school, or ordinary people who couldn't afford to see a doctor, right? When Su Yun returned to the house, the sky was already dark. He hadn't eaten anything all day, so he casually bought some food from a nearby fast food restaurant. When he returned, Su Yun noticed that the people Wang Jinjin had arranged to monitor his actions were gone. It seemed that Wang Jinjin's trust in him had indeed increased a lot. After Su Yun entered the house, the first thing he did was go straight to the basement. He wanted to give Yang Qi hope, and he wanted to tell her that Wang Jinjin's trust in him had increased. Seeing Su Yun come back, Yang Qi smiled weakly. She basically didn't eat the food Su Yun bought for her in the morning. She really didn't have any appetite. She only drank 2 bottles of mineral water. You should eat more. You can't not eat. Su Yun frowned and put some of the things he just bought in front of Yang Qi. Eat something. I'll tell you a piece of good news. Yang Qi was slightly startled. Is there any movement from Wang Jinjin's side? Wang Jinjin already has a lot of trust in me. Su Yun, he handed over the entire Yao Jianwang district to me, and all the people outside who were monitoring us have all been removed. Although I'm not Wang Jinjin's confidant yet, I'm almost there. Yang Qi's heart was really comforted, because this way, her sacrifice and efforts weren't in vain. Eat more and be ready at any time. Su Yun, maybe everything will be over soon. As long as Wang Jinjin trusts me and gives me a chance to perform in front of him, I can let him know that I'm the best person to protect the Ebola virus weapon. When the time comes, I'll have to take you with me. You need to have the physical strength. This was indeed a realistic problem. Although Yang Qi still didn't have much of an appetite, in order to be ready at any time, she obediently picked up the chopsticks. That's right. Su Yun, eat more. At least your body won't have any problems. Think about it, if you're sick, I won't be able to concentrate on dealing with Wang Jinjin. You must not worry about me. I can take care of myself. I can also hold on, Yang Qi said. Yang Qi said. Although she was on the verge of collapsing after spending a day in the basement, in order to let Su Yun do things with peace of mind, she would never complain. Su Yun nodded. As long as you take care of yourself, I won't have to be distracted. I definitely will. Yang Qi ate the food in front of her in big mouthfuls. Under Su Yun's words, she felt that her body was filled with the strength of hope. After the two of them finished eating, the sky was already dark. Su Yun suddenly received a call from Sang Fei. This made him a little surprised. This guy actually took the initiative to contact him? It definitely wouldn't be anything good. Hello. Su Yun picked up the phone and motioned for Yang Qi to keep quiet. Sang Fei's voice was anxious. Brother Yun, something happened. Pighead came to our place to cause trouble. I've already called my brothers. Now, we're just waiting for you to come and negotiate with him. He wants to take over the streets in our territory. We can't let him do as he pleases. Su Yun frowned. He had just been promoted and there was already trouble? Wasn't this too much of a coincidence? Pighead. Who is he? Su Yun was stunned. Starlink Association. Sang Fei said. He has been eyeing our Yao Jianwang district covetously ever since Brother Dakuan died. He couldn't take it any more today. That's why he came to cause trouble. Su Yun sneered in his heart. If people from other societies saw that Dakuan was dead and wanted to take over the territory, they would have done it during the chaos. Why would they wait until today? Su Yun didn't believe Sang Fei's nonsense. Okay, then where are you? I'll come over immediately, Su Yun said. We're at Mong Kok Foot Bath City. Pighead brought a lot of people. Sang Fei said, Brother Yun, you have to be quick. You have to be quick. Got it. Su Yun hung up the phone after he finished speaking. He really wanted to know what Sang Fei was up to. Pighead. Starlink Association? What the hell? This day had not been peaceful at all. You're going to do something? Yang Qi said, You have to be careful. Su Yun nodded and smiled. Don't worry. I don't care about those small fries. Be careful when you're alone at home. I won't lock the basement door. If you're bored, go upstairs and watch TV or surf the net. Yang Qi shook her head. She felt that it was safer for her to stay downstairs. Chapter 2196. As a small society in Hong Kong and Macau, the Starlink Association was able to exist in Hong Kong and Macau without being cut down by Wang Jinjin because they knew the rules and abided by the rules. That was why they were able to get a share of the leftovers under Hong Xingxi's sphere of influence. Today, the pighead from the Starlink Association dared to stand up and cause trouble. Obviously, he was instructed by someone. Only someone gave him the courage to do this, which was why he could be so unscrupulous. Therefore, the situation was very clear. Nothing happened to Sang Fei's family. He didn't do anything important in the afternoon. The only thing he did was to play cards with the pighead. When Dakuan was still in charge of Yu Jianwang district, the pighead was like a pug. He always wagged his tail at Dakuan's feet. After Dakuan died, he still didn't dare to make any big moves. After all, this wasn't just Dakuan's matter, but the entire Hongdongshi's matter. Sang Fei temporarily took over Dakuan's position. This made the pighead very happy. This was because when Dakuan was in charge, Sang Fei was Dakuan's right-hand man. Therefore, the pighead and Dakuan's relationship could be said to be very good. Although the two of them couldn't be said to be brothers, they could be said to be close. Whenever the pighead did something, he would discuss it with Sang Fei. Sang Fei would also talk to the pighead about things and news. It could be said that the reason the pighead and the Starlink Association could exist here was because of Sang Fei. Therefore, even when Dakuan was in trouble, Yu Jianwang district didn't have any trouble. It was all because of this small matter. Now that Yu Jianwang district didn't belong to them anymore, an outsider popped out and wanted to take over everything. This wasn't just unacceptable to Sang Fei, it was also quite a shocking situation for the pighead. This was because in his inner world, he had already determined that Sang Fei would become the boss of this place. He could still live in peace in this place. The Starlink Association would still be able to rely on a big tree for shade. It wouldn't have any negative effects on him because of Dakuan's death. However, everything was not as perfect as he had imagined. Sang Fei had arranged to play cards with him today, so he told Pighead about how his position had been replaced. He also told Pighead about Su Yun, who had replaced him, clearly to Pighead. Knowing that Su Yun was groomed by Li Guang and the person who had single-handedly killed De Kuan, Zhu Tu started to sweat. Such a person was too ruthless, and Zhu Tu knew that he couldn't afford to offend him. But people couldn't resist being bewitched. Once someone bewitched them, they would do something that would make them collapse. Take today's Pig Head for example. Originally, he was afraid of Su Yun, so it was impossible for him to do anything against Su Yun. However, under Sang Fei's persuasion, Pig Head really stepped forward bravely. It was very simple. Sang Fei only told him, "Pig, I'm afraid your days won't be easy in the future. The new boss, Su Yun, has already investigated your relationship with Brother Kuan. He knows that your relationship with Brother Kuan has always been good. Think about it, your days in the future. Sigh. Brother Kuan is already dead. I definitely have nothing to do with a dead person." Pighead refuted at first, "I just need to show him my sincerity. I believe he will let me live and eat, right? He even killed Brother Kuan. Do you think you still have a chance to live? Pighead, you're too naive. Things are far more complicated than you think." Sang Fei said, "This Su Yun definitely won't allow anyone related to Brother Kuan to live." Pighead was puzzled. "Then what about you? You're Brother Kuan's right-hand man, Sang Fei. If he wanted to kill someone, he would kill you first. Why is he looking for me, Pighead? I'm from the Hongdong Society. Do you think he can kill me without a valid reason?" Sang Fei said, "Then boss will definitely think that he's petty. He won't be able to justify himself. So he won't kill me in a short period of time. But sooner or later he will." Hearing Sang Fei say that, Pighead started to believe that he was in danger. Then what do we do? What else can we do? Of course, we can only save ourselves. Sang Fei said, "We have to make him suffer a few times in Yu Jianwang district. As long as he suffers a few setbacks, he won't be able to maintain his face in front of boss. At that time, I will ask boss to let me regain control of the situation. At that time, you just need to cooperate with me." Oh, I understand. You want to let your boss know that the people in Yu Jianwang district are giving you face, Sang Fei. They don't care about that, Su Yun. Pighead said, "Then you can sit firmly in your position as the boss of Yu Jianwang district." Ha ha ha, your idea isn't bad. Pighead, this will only be good for you. There's no harm. Sang Fei said, "Think about it. If the boss of Yu Jianwang district is me, what will you get? If the boss of Yu Jianwang district is Brother Kuan's enemy, what will you get?" Although Pighead was called Pighead, he wasn't a pighead at all. He was very smart. He knew that with Sang Fei as the boss, he would definitely be able to live peacefully. And with Su Yun as the boss, he might be destroyed at any time. Hence, on this issue, Pighead would definitely support Sang Fei without hesitation. "Sang Fei, you have already explained the situation to me clearly." Pighead said, "As long as I can help you regain your position as the boss of Yu Jianwang district, you have to help me in the future. I guarantee that you will be rich and prosperous in the future." Sang Fei said, "I also guarantee that your Star Alliance will not be restricted by any of my people here. I have already said that. You should believe me, right?" Pighead and Sang Fei laughed together. They had reached a consensus to deal with Su Yun together. They wanted to give Su Yun a show of strength and let Su Yun know that Yu Jianwang district wasn't so easy to control. As an outsider, he was still too inexperienced to act like a tyrant here. Su Yun didn't know about all this, but Su Yun could guess with his ass that this definitely had something to do with Sang Fei. Otherwise, a small star alliance wouldn't dare to provoke the big brother of Hongdong society. Although Su Yun was an outsider, a newcomer who had not been around for long, Su Yun was an outsider. But he was indeed the boss of Yu Jianwang district personally appointed by Wang Jinjin. Just based on this point alone, no small fry would dare to provoke Su Yun. Zhu Tu and Sang Fei thought that they had done it flawlessly. Zhu Tu believed that with Sang Fei's cooperation, he would definitely be able to escape unscathed. Sang Fei also believed that with Zhu Tu's act, he would be able to let Su Yun know that he was unable to shoulder the responsibility of the Yao Jianwang district. Now, they were all waiting at Mong Kok Foot Bath City, waiting for Su Yun's arrival. Pighead had brought along almost all of his brothers from the Starlink Association. There were close to 100 of them, while Sang Fei had only brought a dozen or so people for show. They didn't really plan to make a move anyway. They let Su Yun come because they wanted Su Yun to see that the difference in strength between them was huge. They wanted Su Yun to make his own judgment and retreat. Su Yun was still driving the Buick Regal that Li Guang gave him. He roared all the way through a few streets and quickly arrived at Mong Kok District, where the entertainment was flourishing. Mong Kok Foot Bath City was at the most prosperous part of Mong Kok District. When Su Yun arrived, he saw a lot of people standing at the entrance. But when Su Yun got out of the car, he realized that these people weren't from the Hongdong Society. They were all Pighead's underlings from the Star Alliance. Su Yun released a little bit of pressure from his aura, and soon the crowd was forced to make a path that led straight to the entrance. Although no one knew that he was Su Yun, the new boss of Yu Jianwang District, they still made a path for him out of fear. This was the aura of a king. Ordinary people couldn't bear the invisible pressure that Su Yun brought to them. When Su Yun arrived, Sang Fei's brothers quickly ran over to greet him. They said that something had happened inside. Now, Sang Fei had brought people to confront Pighead. Because Pighead had more people, Sang Fei didn't dare to fight him head-on. If he did, he would definitely be at a disadvantage. Su Yun nodded and walked directly to the massage hall of Foot Bath City. He wanted to see what kind of show was going on. He also wanted to see what Sang Fei wanted to show him. He was afraid that Pighead wasn't qualified. If he was a useless weakling, then it would be meaningless. Chapter 2197. Seeing Su Yun appear, Sang Fei immediately entered the zone and quickly came to Su Yun's side. "Brother Yun, he's Pighead. He's the one who brought people here to cause trouble." Su Yun smiled as he looked over. He was indeed Pighead. His nickname was simply based on the person. He really looked like a pig, with a fat head and big ears. Especially that nose, it was practically a ready-made double-hole socket. Pighead laid on the massage bed without a care in the world and looked at Su Yun with disdain. "Yo, so this is your new boss, the gigolo? Why, can you be in charge of the house with your words? If you can, then sit down and have a chat with me, Pighead, about how to deal with today's matter." Su Yun nodded and walked to Pighead. "Brother Pighead, what do you want to talk about?" "I'm here to chat with you. What exactly provoked you? How do you want to deal with it? Feel free to tell me." "Yo, I couldn't tell that you're such a straightforward person." Pighead snorted. "Alright, then I'll have a good chat with you." After saying that, Pighead picked up the teacup beside him and drank a mouthful of water. He spat out a tea leaf. "Today, I came to wash my feet. The little sister who was washing my feet not only scalded me with hot water, but she also hurt me so much when she massaged my feet. What's the meaning of this? Can't you see my pig head? Are you messing with me?" Su Yun only smiled and didn't say anything. "Brother Yun, this place belongs to Hongdong Group. As the person in charge, shouldn't you give me an explanation?" Pighead said, "Shouldn't your little sister compensate me? My feet are still hurting." The little sister who was doing the pedicure was standing at the side. She was crying and her face was still covered in tears. She hurriedly explained, "Brother Yun, I really didn't do anything on purpose. Brother Pighead stepped on my chest and I dodged. He turned hostile." The girl was crying very pitifully. It was obvious that she had been humiliated by the Pighead. Now that the Pighead was still so unbridled, the little girl who was washing her feet felt very uneasy. She was afraid. She was afraid that Su Yun would hand her over to Zhu Tu to settle this matter. Zhu Tu was not a good person, and he was so lecherous. If she was handed over to Zhu Tu, her future would be bleak. Now, she really hoped that Su Yun could step forward to help her. If Su Yun couldn't help her, she would even have the heart to die. She had no choice but to come to this place to be a foot massage therapist. After all, it was better than those girls who sold their bodies to do other things. Brother Pighead, from what this little girl is saying, she's saying that you're the one who caused trouble at my place first? Su Yun asked with a smile. If Brother Pighead needs it, there's a massage parlor not far from here that specializes in relieving your loneliness. You can have all the services you want there. But Mong Kok Foot Spa City is a proper foot massage parlor. There's no such messy service. If Brother Pighead admits that you came to the wrong place, I'll give you a way out. Apologize to the foot massage therapist in my place, and today's matter will be settled. Once they heard that Su Yun wanted Zhu Tu to apologize to the foot massage therapist, everyone present was shocked. Even the foot massage therapist couldn't believe her own ears. Su Yun actually stood up to help her. Brother Yun, what do you mean by this? Zhu Tu was unhappy. He looked at Su Yun with a face full of anger. He pointed at the foot massage therapist and said, "You want me to apologize to her? Who does she think she is?" Su Yun could still force a smile. Brother Pighead, work doesn't matter if it's expensive or cheap. As long as it's someone who relies on labor to earn money, they deserve our respect. So what if you apologize to her? Can you lose 2 ounces of fat from your body? Now that Su Yun's words were full of sarcasm, Zhu Tu couldn't sit still. This was completely different from what he expected. Sang Fei hurriedly whispered in Su Yun's ear, "Brother Yun, because of the conflict between Brother Kuan and Brother Guang, most of our brothers were injured and hospitalized. Now we really can't spare any manpower. Zhu Tu brought so many people today, we'll be at a disadvantage." "You... shut up." Su Yun didn't let Sang Fei continue. Su Yun knew how many people were injured. If he really couldn't get anyone, why did so many people go to Fatty Tian's wife's funeral that day? These words were obviously bullshit. Su Yun didn't believe it at all. It was obviously Sang Fei who didn't want to blow the whistle to get people to come. "Brother Yun, I'm doing this for your sake." Sang Fei's face was a little embarrassed after being reprimanded by Su Yun in public. One had to know that he wanted to be the boss of Jianwang district. You can't bully people just because you have more people. Su Yun snorted and said to Zhu Tu, "Zhu Tu, don't talk nonsense with me. I can't be bothered to waste time with you. Since you don't want to apologize, I won't let you walk out so easily." "Su Yun, you really have guts. Why don't you see how many of my men are outside?" Zhu Tu was a little nervous, so he couldn't help but lose control. Su Yun smiled disdainfully. "Then what do you think your men can do? Smash the foot spa? Do you really think that Hongdong Group's territory is a place where you, Zhu Tu, can do whatever you want?" Zhu Tu was stumped by Su Yun's words and didn't know how to answer for a long time. He was suppressing the anger in his heart. Quite a lot of anger. "Let me tell you, Su Yun. Jianwang district's de Kuan is gone. I won't give face to anyone." Zhu Tu said, "If you don't give me an explanation for today's matter, I will immediately order my men to take action. I don't believe that I can't take away 2 streets from you in one night. Don't regret it when the time comes. Take away 2 streets from me." Su Yun was amused. "Zhu Tu, I'm puzzled. Who gave you the courage? There are so many mirrors in the foot spa. Quickly find one and take a good look at yourself. See what the person in the mirror is." Sang Fei's face turned cold. He didn't expect Su Yun to be so daring. He didn't bring a single person and dared to challenge Zhu Tu alone. This was something that Zhu Tu didn't expect. He thought that with so many people supporting him, Su Yun would give him face no matter what. The current situation made Zhu Tu feel very awkward. Zhu Tu wanted to show off his power to Su Yun, but he didn't really have the intention to do anything to him or Hongdong Group's territory. But Su Yun had spoken so openly. How could he stop now? He had no choice but to look at Sang Fei. Sang Fei quickly avoided Zhu Tu's gaze, afraid that Su Yun would see through him. However, Zhu Tu's gaze was enough. Su Yun was sure that Sang Fei was behind this. Zhu Tu, I'll lend you 2 guts today. Take your people outside and try. See if you can take away 2 streets from me. Su Yun, if you can, that's your ability. But I'm afraid you won't be able to protect me. Beads of sweat began to form on Pighead's forehead. The current situation made him lose all confidence. If you can't take away 2 streets from me, what should I do? What do you think I should do? Su Yun said, should I just kill you and kick you out of the Yao Jianwang district forever? Pighead swallowed his saliva. The Starlink Association could not possibly be mentioned in the same breath as the Hongdong Society. Su Yun had spoken so decisively, leaving him with no way out of this embarrassing situation. Zhu Tu, I gave you a way out just now. You didn't want it. Su Yun, if you regret it now, then I can only tell you that it's too late. After Su Yun finished speaking, he beckoned the pedicure girl over. Come over and stand here. Let me hear if Brother Pighead has any sincerity now. Today, as long as he apologizes to you, I'll pretend that nothing happened. The foot therapist carefully walked in front of Zhu Tu. She only dared to stand up because of Su Yun. Zhu Tu couldn't keep his face. Su Yun humiliated him, but he didn't think that this foot therapist would dare to stand up for him. Do you want to King die? Zhu Tu shouted angrily. He stood up and was about to attack the foot therapist. Su Yun was 1 step ahead of him. With a flip of his body, he kicked Pighead back to his original position. Zhu Tu didn't even have the strength to fight back in front of Su Yun. Seeing that Su Yun was about to make a move, Sang Fei hurriedly signaled with his eyes. His brothers all opened up a path for Zhu Tu's people. Zhu Tu brought more than 20 people with him, and they were all prepared. They directly pulled out the machetes hidden behind their backs and attacked Su Yun without hesitation. Chapter 2198. Sang Fei already had a plan. If Zhu Tu's men could chop Su Yun to death today, that would be the best outcome. By then, he would gather his brothers to chop off Zhu Tu's head and give his boss an explanation. Even if Wang Jinjin scolded him afterwards, Sang Fei could push the blame to Zhu Tu. He could say that Zhu Tu was blind and wanted to show off when he saw that the boss of Yujianwang district had changed. Moreover, Su Yun didn't know what was good for him. If he was chopped to death, it would be his own bad luck. By then, the boss of Yujianwang district would still be his. Sang Fei thought that his plan was perfect and it wouldn't become a reality. However, the more perfect the dream, the worse the reality. Although Zhu Tu's men were prepared and they even brought knives, they instantly surrounded Su Yun. But in front of Su Yun, their 3-legged cat skills were just child's play. Su Yun's silhouette was like an agile snake as he weaved through the swinging blades of more than 20 people. In less than a minute, he had already crippled all 20 people that Pighead had brought along. There was a lot of blood splattered on the floor and the massage bed, but not a single drop belonged to Su Yun. Sang Fei and Zhu Tu were completely stunned. They had been in Hong Kong and Macau for many years and had seen people who could fight, but they had never seen someone who could fight like Su Yun. After Su Yun finished off Zhu Tu's last underling, he stepped forward and stepped on Zhu Tu's body. Zhu Tu was stepped on by Su Yun on the massage bed. He struggled many times but couldn't get up. Su Yun's face was still full of smiles. Pighead, you've got guts. You even got someone to bring a knife here? You don't plan to go back alive today, right? You. Pighead didn't know what to say in this situation. He was completely terrified. He didn't know how he could go against Su Yun. He could only hope that Sang Fei would help him out. But Sang Fei had already shifted his gaze elsewhere, and didn't even look in his direction, as though everything had nothing to do with him. Pighead could not accept this situation at all. It was clearly something that the two of them had discussed together. Now that something had gone wrong, how could he bear the responsibility alone? However, the strength of Su Yun's foot on his chest was so strong that he almost couldn't breathe. He couldn't even say what he wanted to say. Pighead, I'll give you one more chance. Apologize sincerely to the pedicure girl in my place, Suyun said. Otherwise, I'll get someone to slice you up piece by piece. Do you believe me? Do you dare to make a bet? Pighead breathed with difficulty. He waved his fat hands to show that he couldn't breathe at all. He wanted Suyun to give him a chance to speak. Suyun's foot loosened a little, giving Pighead a chance to breathe. Pighead didn't hesitate and quickly said to the pedicure girl, I'm sorry. What happened just now was too much. Can't you be more King sincere? Suyun exerted more force on his foot, and Pighead almost cried out in pain. I was wrong. I was wrong. I apologize. Pighead cried bitterly. I sincerely apologize to you. I was a jerk just now. I was cheap. I beg you to forgive me. I beg you to give me a chance to admit my mistake. After Pighead finished speaking, Suyun exerted more force on his foot and turned to look at the pedicure girl. How is it? Are you satisfied with Brother Pighead's apology? If you are, I'll give him a chance. If you aren't, then let him continue. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. The pedicure girl didn't dare to ask for so much. She was already very surprised that Pighead could admit defeat. She didn't dare to take advantage of Pighead's authority and ask for a yard after getting an inch. Suyun was a little disappointed. Pighead, you're lucky today. The girl didn't bicker with you and forgave you so quickly. I still feel that you're not sincere enough. If you're more sincere, you should get up and kneel down. Before Pighead could speak, the pedicure girl quickly waved her hand. No need, no need. I've already accepted it. She didn't have Suyun's courage. She was afraid of Pighead's revenge, so she didn't dare to ask for anything. If Pighead didn't bully her today, he wouldn't bully her in the future. She was satisfied. Okay, Pighead. Did you hear that? The girl is a great person who doesn't hold a grudge against a petty person. After Suyun finished speaking, he lifted his foot from Pighead's body. Because Sang Fei didn't do anything during the whole process, Pighead was very dissatisfied. Now that Suyun let him go, he could only prepare to leave with a gloomy face. Pighead, what are you doing? Why are you in such a hurry? Did I say you could leave? Suyun asked again. Pighead looked at Suyun in surprise. He really wanted to die. You still haven't explained to me clearly, Suyun said. Pighead, how are you going to take 2 streets from me? Which 2 streets do you like? Tell me, maybe I'll be happy and give it to you directly. I'll be too lazy to find someone to take it. Pighead didn't dare to look Suyun in the eye. Brother Yun, I admit defeat. I admit defeat today. I, Pighead, will never appear in your territory in the future. This meant that Pighead had completely admitted defeat. However, Suyun couldn't let him go just like that. Although he could let him go according to the rules, Suyun still hadn't found the real mastermind. Of course, he wouldn't let him go so easily. Don't be like that. Suyun said, come here often when you have nothing to do. After all, your friends are here too. I don't dare. Pighead said. Pighead, tell me, who gave you the courage? Suyun said, I'm really treating you like a fool. You've hurt so many brothers and lost all face in front of your brothers. How are you going to show your face in the future? Hearing this, Pighead looked at Sang Fei with some resentment. Suyun pretended to be surprised and said, what do you mean? Did Sang Fei ask you to come here and cause trouble? Pighead, you really know how to scheme. You want us brothers to fight among ourselves. Pighead wanted to bang his head against the wall. But this damn Sang Fei didn't say a word for him. He didn't help him at all. Pighead looked at Sang Fei and complained even more. Sang Fei's face changed. Pighead, don't try to frame me. You didn't have eyes and had to provoke Brother Yun. Now you want to drag me down with you? Once Sang Fei said that, Pighead's face changed completely. This bastard really changed his face faster than flipping a book. If Sang Fei didn't ask him to play cards in the afternoon, would he come here to be humiliated? Sang Fei, you really disappoint me. Pighead said, you want to be the big brother. Now that you can't do it, you want to hit me when I'm down. I was really blind to believe you. Sang Fei, what does Brother Pighead mean? Su Yun followed up and asked, why does it sound like you asked Brother Pighead to deal with me and take away my position as the big brother? Brother Yun, don't listen to his nonsense. Sang Fei said, he must be jealous. He wants us to fight among ourselves so that he can take advantage of it. Pighead was really disgusted with Sang Fei. *CK your mother's chance. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be so miserable. Pighead, don't talk nonsense with me. Sang Fei was anxious. He didn't allow Pighead to continue talking. He reached out and grabbed a huge glass ashtray on the table and smashed it down on Pighead's head. Pighead didn't expect Sang Fei to make a move. He didn't even have time to defend himself. His head was smashed and bleeding. Luckily, the floor was slippery and Sang Fei didn't use much strength, so Pighead didn't faint. Seeing that Pighead was still standing, Sang Fei immediately raised his hand and prepared for a second hit. Pighead, who was forced into a corner, was also angry. He raised his leg and kicked Sang Fei's stomach. He wanted to rush out of the door. Helplessly, his underlings were all killed by Su Yun, while Sang Fei's people were still fine. More than 10 people rushed up and pressed Pig's head to the ground. Pighead scolded hysterically, Sang Fei, I'll kill your whole family. You treacherous son of a bitch. You used me. Sang Fei didn't give Pighead a chance to speak. He raised the ashtray and rode on Pighead's back and smashed it down hard. Clang, clang, clang. The 3 hits were each harder than the last. Pighead didn't make a sound. Whether he was dead or alive could only be determined at the hospital. Chapter 2199. Su Yun didn't expect Sang Fei to be so ruthless. At this moment, he also understood why Wang Jinjin didn't hand Yu Jian Wang district over to Sang Fei. This kind of person's ruthlessness could be displayed at any time. If he was only ruthless to his own opponent, then Wang Jinjin could accept it. But Sang Fei was the kind of person who would kick someone when they were down. This kind of person was the kind of person with wild ambitions. This kind of person definitely couldn't be nurtured into a trusted aide. Perhaps only someone like De Kuan, who wasn't afraid of anything, would dare to bring Sang Fei along. If it was any of the bosses in Hongdong Group, they wouldn't treat someone like Sang Fei as their right-hand man. This kind of person was too dangerous. At any time, as long as there was a threat to his personal interests, this kind of person would definitely do something unimaginable. He wouldn't care about feelings at all. Just a few hours ago, Sang Fei was still talking and laughing with Zhu Tu. He even called Zhu Tu bro Zhu Tu, poured tea for Zhu Tu, and helped Zhu Tu light his cigarette. And now, just a few hours later, he could mercilessly smash Zhu Tu's head with an ashtray until it bled. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. Su Yun didn't stop Sang Fei from attacking Zhu Tu, because Zhu Tu himself wasn't a good person. Su Yun didn't have any pity for him. How could he use his feet to harass a pedicure girl's breasts while washing his feet? If this kind of person died, society would have a brighter future. Brother Yun, don't listen to Zhu Tu's nonsense. Sang Fei was still worried that Su Yun would be wary of him, but he didn't know that Su Yun didn't intend to trust him in the first place. He's just spouting nonsense to cause conflict between the two of us. Sang Fei, you're *King Inhuman. You were the one who suggested this when you asked Bro Zhu Tu to play cards this afternoon, but now you don't admit it. One of Zhu Tu's underlings who hadn't been beaten by Su Yun to the point where he couldn't speak suddenly shouted hysterically, you're *King Inhuman. Your mouth is full of nonsense. Beat him up. Beat him to death. Sang Fei glared angrily, and ordered his subordinates to deal with the guy who dared to speak the truth. However, that kid's mouth was really stubborn. Even when he was about to be beaten to death, he still yelled and scolded Sang Fei for being treacherous. This made Sang Fei at a loss for words. Stop fighting. Su Yun suddenly said. Once he heard this, Sang Fei became nervous and hurriedly said, "Fight." He had to fight. This kind of guy wouldn't tell the truth without proper education. Kill him. These brothers obviously listened to Sang Fei more. After all, Sang Fei was the second brother of their Yao Jianwang district. This was a fact for many years. And Su Yun had just arrived for the first day. Everyone didn't have much faith in this newcomer's big brother. Do I have the final say here, or do you, Sang Fei, have the final say? Su Yun's face suddenly darkened. I'll say it one last time. Stop. This time, everyone was afraid and realized the seriousness of the matter. Su Yun felt that his authority was threatened by Sang Fei. This made his subordinates worry for Sang Fei. Brother Yun, I definitely don't mean to go against you. I'm just afraid that this bastard will play some tricks. Sang Fei explained, they came here to cause conflict between us. If you believe them, then you'll fall into their trap. Su Yun raised his eyebrows. That pighead is really going all out. He's playing with his life? Pighead doesn't care about the consequences when he does things. In order to achieve his goal, he can do anything. Sang Fei hurriedly said. Su Yun felt that it was even more interesting now. What's the pighead's goal? What goal did he achieve? What he achieved now is to be beaten to death by you. If that's his goal, then I can only say that this guy is crazy. Is he crazy? He spent so much effort just to let you beat him to death? No, Brother Yun, let me explain. Sang Fei said. There's no need. Su Yun directly interrupted Sang Fei's words. I think it's better to ask this little brother. We don't even know if his boss, Pighead, is dead or alive. He doesn't have to lie, right? The young man who stood up and spoke frankly immediately said, It's Sang Fei's scheme. It's Sang Fei who thinks that the gang leader of Yu Jianwang district should be him. That's why he set a trap for you, the new gang leader. It's him who came to find trouble with our brother Pighead. His goal is to lure you out and make you back out. Leave Yu Jianwang district and return the gang leader position to Sang Fei. If Sang Fei had a gun on him now, he would definitely shoot this bastard to death. It sounds really grand. The plot is full of ups and downs. It makes people want to continue listening. Su Yun smiled and said to Sang Fei, this kid's brain is really good. In order to trick you, he can come up with such a perfect story in such a short time. Even I can't find any flaws in it. Brother Yun. Yes, his reaction is really too fast. Sang Fei gritted his teeth and wished he could skin this bastard alive. If such a person can be used by me, isn't it not bad? Su Yun, anyway, even if Pighead doesn't die, he won't dare to stay in Yu Jianwang district in the future. There's no need for the Star Alliance Association to exist anymore. If you're willing to follow Hongdong Shi, then come. If you're not, then scram. Don't let Hongdong Shi see you in Yu Jianwang district again. Sang Fei was stunned. He wanted to recruit people right after he was promoted. And he wanted to take over a small society. Kid, if you're willing to follow me, then you can follow me in the future. Su Yun said to the youth. Unexpectedly, the youth rejected him. I've already followed Brother Pighead. I'll follow you to the end. You Hongdong Shi people made Brother Pighead into this state. I'm irreconcilable with Hongdong Shi. I can't join you. If anyone from Star Alliance Association joins you, they're also irreconcilable with me. I think you're F*King looking for death. Sang Fei couldn't stand this audacious guy anymore. He was prepared to kill him. Then, everything would stop. Good. I like loyal people like you. Su Yun. I won't force you to stay. If you're willing to follow Pighead, then continue to follow him. But if you've thought it through and want to follow me, then I'll welcome you at any time. Brother, I'm worried that even if Pighead survives, he won't continue. You have no future. The youth still insisted on his decision. He gritted his teeth and didn't give in. What a stubborn person. Kid, Remember this. Don't let me see you in Jianwang district. As long as I see you, I'll definitely tear you into pieces. Sang Fei gritted his teeth and said. But the youth still didn't give in. Sang Fei, you'd better stay with your brothers in the future. Don't be alone. If I find a chance, I'll definitely avenge Brother Pighead. Faced with such a threat, Sang Fei really couldn't help but want to make a move. But Su Yun directly stopped him and said to the kid, "You've got guts. You still dare to say such things in such a situation. I'll give you a chance. Scram." Su Yun let the kid go. Of course, he had his own motives. He wanted to distract Sang Fei so that he couldn't focus on pointing all the spearheads at him. Now that he had an external threat, Sang Fei naturally didn't dare to act recklessly. He had to be careful and vigilant. If by any chance the brat he had just let slip away and really stabbed him to death, he would be too wronged. "Brother Yun, you can't let him go. That kid will be a scourge if he stays." Sang Fei was burning with anxiety. "What are you afraid of? He definitely won't dare to do anything. Su Yun, look at what you've done to Pighead. Hurry up and deal with it. If he dies, think of a way to bury him and cover up this matter. If he doesn't die, send him to the hospital quickly. It's better to have less trouble." Su Yun threw down the last sentence and left. This was the demeanor of a big brother. He directly gave orders and didn't care about it anymore. He let his subordinates do it. If they didn't do it well, he would teach them a lesson. If they did well, he would praise them and give them more protection. Actually, it was very easy to join a society. Especially being a big brother, it was even easier. Su Yun thought to himself. He just needed to say something. It was too easy. Chapter 2200. Sang Fei had tried to steal a chicken only to end up losing the rice used to lure it. He was very clear in his heart that Su Yun definitely had a very strong grudge and was on guard against him. This damned pig had actually betrayed him at the last moment, which was really intolerable for him. But luckily, Su Yun was a newcomer, so he wouldn't do anything irrational to him. This allowed Sang Fei to temporarily relieve some of the pressure in his heart. Right now, the biggest headache for Sang Fei was the brat that was released by Su Yun. God knows what kind of things he would do. If he were to really stab him in the back when he was unprepared, then Sang Fei wouldn't even have a place to cry. "I order the few of you to go and find him immediately. If you can't bring the brat that threatened me to me in 2 days, you'll get it." Sang Fei ordered his underlings. "Yes. We will definitely bring him to Brother Sang in 2 days. Then what are you waiting for? Go. That brat will run further and further away. Go and chase him now." Sang Fei said, "I said 2 days. You don't have to wait 2 days to catch him. It's better if you can find him in 2 hours. The longer you wait, the harder it will be for you to find him." The underlings immediately left in a hurry. Sang Fei said angrily to the rest of them, "Settle this place. Don't leave any evidence." Then, he ordered the people in Footspa City, "If the police come, you all know what to say, right? Be smart. If you mess up my plan, I won't let you off." "Brother Sang, although we were very cooperative, we didn't get the result you wanted in the end," the Footspa girl suddenly said. The pitiful look on her face was gone. "I didn't expect Pighead to be so useless." "You're useful," Sang Fei said unhappily. "What's your use? It's just an act. Do you really think you're that useful?" The Footspa girl pouted unhappily. "At least I made Su Yun believe that I'm the victim. Didn't you see how well he took care of me? From what you said, you have the confidence to take down Su Yun." Sang Fei was startled. "Lan Mei, if you really have the ability to make Su Yun grovel at your feet, I will really admire you." This footbath girl wasn't a footbath girl at all. She was just someone Sang Fei used to set up the scene. He was worried that the real footbath girl wouldn't act well, so he found Lan Mei. Lan Mei was just a C-list actress in Hong Kong and Macau. She didn't have any acting skills. Although she was pretty, she wasn't taken seriously. She had tried to learn from some women in the mainland and use their breasts to climb up the social ladder. Unfortunately, it didn't make much sense in Hong Kong and Macau. Those young models took photos almost every day without wearing any clothes, so there was no advantage for her to show her skin. Lan Mei was Sang Fei's cousin, so she didn't hesitate to come over when Sang Fei asked her for help. However, she didn't expect Sang Fei to be so useless. He couldn't even do such a simple thing. "Do you not trust me that much?" Lan Mei said. "Let me tell you, Brother Sang, if you really give me a chance, I don't believe that Su Yun won't fall at my feet. At least my body and face are passable, right? If you really have that ability, you would have already found a boss who is willing to support you and a director who is willing to give you more scenes." Sang Fei said disdainfully. He really didn't believe that Lan Mei could win over Su Yun. Lan Mei glared. Her self-esteem seemed to have been seriously affected, but what Sang Fei said was a fact. But that was different. There were so many actresses around the bosses, and each of them was willing to give their all in order to be supported. It was the same for the director. Once an actress was confirmed, many people would take the initiative to throw themselves into the director's arms just for a few more minutes. Therefore, Lan Mei really had too many competitors in the entertainment industry. However, she didn't have so many competitors in this place. Her only target was Su Yun. "Okay, let's give it a try," Lan Mei said. "Hit me, and I'll find a way to get close to Su Yun." "I hit you?" Sang Fei was stunned. "Just hit me here." Lan Mei pointed at the corner of her mouth. "Don't hit me too hard, but don't hit me too lightly either." Sang Fei looked at Lan Mei in surprise. "You really want to go all out? Bitter drama. Then I'll really hit you?" "Brother Sang, you have to remember that if I really help you to become the boss of Yujianwang District, and if there's any drama to be filmed here, please help me. You have to help me talk to the investor or the director." Lan Mei had her own plans. She wouldn't do something for nothing if it didn't bring her benefits. Sang Fei nodded his head vigorously. "That was only natural." Slap. Sang Fei slapped Lan Mei, and the corner of her mouth started to bleed. This wasn't a fake slap, it was a real slap. It was loud and clear. Lan Mei felt really good this time. It took her a while to get used to it. She looked at Sang Fei with some resentment. "Didn't I ask you not to hit me so hard? Am I really your sister? Don't you feel bad at all?" "You asked me to hit you," Sang Fei said. "It won't have any effect if I hit you too hard." Lan Mei rolled her eyes unhappily. "Okay, don't explain. Where does Su Yun live?" "I'll go find him now." "He lives in Brother Kuan's house," Sang Fei said. "Brother Sang, I found a problem." Lan Mei said, "Could it be that your boss never considered letting you be the boss of Yao Jianwang District? After Brother Kuan died, he didn't let you move into Brother Kuan's house. Instead, he emptied Brother Kuan's house and waited for someone to move in." Sang Fei was very upset about this, so he didn't want others to mention it. "Lan Mei, are you trying to humiliate me? If not, then go do what you should do." "Don't worry, Brother Sang. I'll definitely make Su Yun fall head over heels for me." Lan Mei finished and left. After Su Yun left Foot Spa City, he rushed back. Leaving Yang Qi alone in such an empty house at night would definitely make her feel scared. Therefore, Su Yun came. Even if he was only on the upper floor, she would feel comforted. But when Su Yun stopped the car, he noticed that the car that had been following him also stopped. The other party didn't seem to be worried about being seen by him. "You've been following me for so long. Isn't it time to come out and have a chat?" Su Yun smiled and didn't rush back to his room. The car door opened. It was the loyal young man. "Brother Yun, I'm Dashan." "Aha." Su Yun nodded. "And then, do you know the consequences of following me here?" "I don't know," Dashan said, "but even if I didn't follow you, I know this address. I don't have any bad intentions. I just want to talk to you." "You still want to have bad intentions?" Su Yun laughed. Even if you want to, I'm afraid you don't have the ability to do anything. Dashan heard Su Yun's words and blushed. That's right. What did he have to have bad intentions towards Su Yun? When there were so many people, he was flipped over by Su Yun. Now that he was alone and had bad intentions towards him, wasn't he looking for death? I just want to talk to you. Dashan said, Sang Fei didn't intend to let you sit in this position for too long. You must be interested in this topic, right? Everything today was an act. Even the foot spa girl was Sang Fei's own people. I'm really not interested. Su Yun shook his head. Because I know that Sang Fei didn't intend to help me. The reason I'm not interested is because I know that he's not my opponent. Do you understand? This courage. He directly shocked Dashan. He was indeed a man who could be a boss. He had guts. I advise you to worry about yourself now. Su Yun, you said such vicious words of revenge in front of Sang Fei. Do you think Sang Fei will let you go? He won't. Dashan said, but I'll definitely kill him before he finds me. Hey. Young man, you're really thoughtless. I'm Sang Fei's big brother. You're telling me that you're going to kill my underling. Isn't that inappropriate? Su Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He really didn't know how such a young man managed to survive until now. He was really lucky that he didn't die. He was too brainless. Dashan said, but he's not your brother. He has bad intentions towards you. So, you won't mind me saying this. Because I'm helping you get rid of a scourge. So you want me to thank you? Su Yun said. No, I want to express my gratitude. Thank you, Brother Yun, for stopping Sang Fei's men from attacking me and giving me a chance. After Dashan finished speaking, he directly knelt down and kowtowed to Su Yun. I don't mean anything else. I just want to thank you. After doing all this, Dashan quickly drove away. Su Yun was confused. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.